What is up, people? Welcome to We Are Tottenham TV and the watch along for the match between Spurs and Leicester City. Alongside me is Marlon from A View from the South Stand. Welcome, Marlon. How you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I'm not so bad. I'm not so bad. It's Saturday. Spurs are playing. Obviously, there's a somber mood at the atmosphere at the moment. They're just doing a sort of tribute to Her Majesty the Queen. I think there's singing going on, but we don't have our headsets on, so I can't be certain. And yeah. This is the reaction match, right?
Yes, the reaction to Tuesday. We've kind of got to get something out of the way, but it's Spurs. Hopefully, it's Conte's Spurs. It's not the Spurs we're used to.
Yep.
And hopefully, we will see a reaction today. And the changes that he's made, which we'll get to in a minute,
absolutely,
hopefully speaks volumes.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, we as long-term Spurs fans, we have got used to the presence of Dr. Tottenham. Personally, I want to see the guy buried in a ditch somewhere. But whether or not he's still alive and kicking, we don't know. But this really should be the time where we turn around and say, do you know what? Put Sporting behind us.
Yep.
And this Leicester City side. This Leicester City side is ripe for the taking.
Yes.
You know, if there's ever a time where you want to play Leicester, it'd be now.
Oh, yeah. You know, Brendan Rodgers, something's happened at Leicester. We don't know what it is. You know, the side's not that bad, but they've had to be fair, they've had a couple hard games as well thrown in. But yeah, if this is a day for Tottenham to prove themselves in the Premier League alone, they've got to put it to bed, and they've got to put Leicester to bed probably in the first half. We can't be starting in the second like we always see with Conte.
No, that's it.
That's the biggest thing.
Definitively. I think the one thing that we can say is that our defence has been fairly mean, and Leicester's threat comes from those sort of front players, the likes of Daka, Tielemans, Maddison, Barnes. You know, if we can shut them out, then hit them on the counter.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like when you saw Leicester against Arsenal going forward, they were great. It's just defensively they are really poor.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then that's where we've got to hit him today. Kane should be looking at this game. He loves Leicester. Let's be honest.
He does.
He loves Leicester, and he's got to be looking at this game. He's got to get his hat trick today. That's what he's expecting, especially with Danny Ward in goal.
Exactly. I mean, Leicester have lost something. I'm a believer in the Brendan Rodgers third season syndrome. You know, he tends to alienate his squad after a while, and this, for me, is what seems to be happening right now. So they should be. This should be what we should do to them, what they did to Southampton a little while ago.
Definitely.
But obviously, as Spurs fans, we're kicked off now anyway. So we'll quickly go through. We'll quickly go through the lineups for you guys. Bear with. So for Spurs, starting for Spurs, you got Lloris in goal, Sanchez, Dyer, Longley. Perisic on the right, Højbjerg and Bentancur in the middle, with Ryan Sessegnon taking up the left wing back berth, Kulusevski, Richarlison and Kane at front, and for Leicester we've got Ward, Castagne, Fayes, is that how you pronounce it? Evans and Justin, Ndidi in the defensive midfielder role. Sort of attacking four of Maddison, Tielemans, Dewsbury Hall and Barnes, with Daka taking up the striker role up front. So we've kicked off. We're about 30 seconds in. Ryan Sessegnon plays a cross into the Leicester box, and it's cleared by Castagne, I think it was. So yeah. Do we obviously 40 seconds in is a bit early to tell, but is there any energy there? Do you see energy?
Well, that run from Cess there, you know, you're looking at it going, actually, that's quite early for us to be doing such a pacey run. It might calm down a little bit now that we've got the ball there with Sanchez and Dyer now got it at the back.
Okay, so that would be, is that Perisic?
Perisic is on the right, so that's the big change today.
Although, it's 34. I thought I saw 14, but that's Longley's number. So yeah, I got a bit confused there. But yeah, so Perisic, so into the middle, Richarlison has it just over the halfway line. He spreads it out to Sessegnon, who's surrounded by Leicester players. Plays it back. Longley calming things down a bit. So yeah, Spurs are seeing a bit of the ball in the first minute and a half. And there's Perisic out on the right flank. Plays it in. Kane lofts it over, but it's cleared by Justin.
They've put Justin at left back, so they obviously feel that Kulu's the main threat.
I think so. I mean, like what we saw with West Ham was that they blocked off the left and concentrated down our right because they saw that Perisic was the threat. I mean, what can you say about Perisic? He's been there, done it all. He's a master. To be honest, when his signing was announced, I was over the moon. I thought he's just the perfect player that we need. So Richarlison tries to cross it to Kane, but it's blocked off by a Leicester player. We seem to be hunting in packs a little bit, which is good to see. I'd like to see a bit more pressing. We don't seem to press all that vigorously at the front. when the opposition have the ball, do we?
No, I don't think it's really a Conte thing. I think it's, it depends on which third. So when they get across the halfway line, that's when he tends to tell the strikers to push. He's kind of one of them. He allows, like Leicester, what they're doing now. They're on the halfway line just playing it about.
Yep.
It's not really, Conte would just go, try and make a mistake, like they have done.
There we go. So Kane picks up. Kane running at the Leicester defence. He's inside. He's surrounded by 3, and they block it off. I think Richarlison was a bit slow to pick up. Oh, Sessegnon puts in a really good tackle. Wins the ball, crosses it, but wins a corner off of Castañas. Oh, that's Castañas.
Yeah, Castañas there.
There we go. Amazing stuff. So a bit of quite a bright start. Obviously, we're only 3 minutes in, so difficult to tell for certain. But it seems to be all Spurs right now.
I think a lot of the players that have come in today have got something to prove as well.
I think so.
Because the next game is the North London derby, and a lot of them have probably heard about it around the club. So it's kind of play well today, and you're in that lineup.
You're in.
But
although
then Sanchez
just messes up there slightly. Ooh. Bit of a clumsy tackle there by Perisic, but he gets away with it. Goes in hard again, but misses. He's got to be careful. Oh, Sanchez!
That's a penalty.
And he points to the spot. Penalty to Leicester. Are they going to VAR that to see if it was inside or outside? Oh, but that's the thing.
Yeah. You could tell by his reaction that's going to be inside.
Yeah. Oh, dear word, dear word, dear Lord.
Yeah, touches him on the edge there. He slides in.
So we've had is that? That's right on the line.
Right on the line.
Does that counts as inside, doesn't it, on the line? Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's inside.
Big up to Nick Collison, who's my partner in crime on Shelfside Spurs show. He's currently in the Maldives, right? The guy goes off and gets married.
I don't know why he does that.
Right? And then decides to take a honeymoon. I mean, who on earth does that?
Not in the middle of the season.
Exactly. So he says, big up from the Maldives. Come on, you Spurs. Let's get those 3 points and go above the filth. Good on you, Nick. Thanks for
Tielemans
tuning
stepping
in.
up for the penalty now.
Here he goes. And he saves!
Get in there.
Ah, brilliant stuff. He goes out for a Leicester corner. That's the thing about Lloris. He's just so good at shot stopping.
It's weird because he never saved the penalty for like 3-4 years, and then all of a sudden now he's like,
especially with Sanchez, he's just got that error in him, hasn't he?
They think it's going to be retaken.
Oh, no way!
Come off his line.
Oh, for God's sake!
VAR stepped in.
So VAR stepped in for that. Obviously, there we go. Yeah. That is a joke. I mean, listen, hoping he saves another one is asking for a lot, but that would be the funniest thing on earth if he did. Unbelievable. Yeah. Okay. He is off his line, I suppose. Well, yeah.
Yeah. None of his. Yeah. Both of them are not even on the line.
Off the line. Yeah. I suppose it's fair enough, but not good. I don't know about this penalty thing about the goalkeeper not being able to move at all. I mean,
I suppose they want to put it in. Yeah, they put it in favour of the attacker, didn't they? Because people want to see goals. So it's kind of what they do. And,
he almost got to it though. Almost got to it. So it's
so the Romero change is bit him in the bum within the first 6 minutes here.
Yes, it seems like it has. And I don't know, look, obviously it's only 6 minutes in, so we can't say what's going to happen over the next 84, but oh God. Dear, oh dear. This is the thing, it's just go back and just hit them. Just hit them and get the goals back because they are weak.
Sanchez and Perisic. I think Perisic also being out of position as well hasn't helped.
No, he hasn't.
And I know people wanted Real dropped, but this is probably the reason why he's been playing. He is more of a right back than with the squad, unfortunately.
The issue is, though, is that I wouldn't criticise any of the choices that Conte has made for this team. I wouldn't. Because it all makes sense. It's just in a way, his hands are tied because this is the quality that he's got to work with. When you've got that issue, what can you do? What else can you do? Anyway, Perisic has the ball out on the right. He plays a cross into the box. Comes off the head of Kulu, I think it might have been, and goes behind for a Leicester goal kick.
No, come off the Leicester.
Oh, they came off the Leicester player. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a Spurs corner.
Spurs corner.
Excellent. Okay.
No sun on the pitch, so Kulu's
taking it. Yeah. Let's see if the ginger Swedish one can do a decent ball. I've never seen him. I've seen him take short corners. I can't remember long ones. And there it goes. It goes short. Okay, so Kulu on the edge of the box. He crosses it over.
Brilliant ball again.
Yes!
Brilliant ball.
Kane answers straight back, and as usual, he loves a goal against Leicester.
As we said.
As we said, absolutely. Brilliant stuff there. Great little corner, great little set piece there. Kulu plays it short to Perisic, who runs out of the box, passes it back to Kulu. He floats it over to the far post, and Kane is there just to nod it in past Ward. Beautiful bit of play, and is the perfect antidote to that ridiculous penalty that we conceded.
He's onside. So
Kane's onside, Richarlison's onside, nothing to check. It's a goal.
Well,
Get it up, yeah.
Well, the set piece coach, again, another set piece that we're scoring from. So,
Yeah.
you know, he's probably been worth the money.
I think he has. I think he has. Yeah.
Not defensively.
No.
But going forward.
No, but going forward, definitely. I mean, this is the thing, you know? I mean, look, Sanchez's blunder aside, we're not giving away silly things. I mean, I think that's probably our first penalty we've conceded this season.
Yep.
So that's 8 games in, you know, 1 penalty. That's not bad. Our defence is quite mean, but the occasional blunder does still creep in.
And that's a bit like Tuesday, like not to refer back to it, but it was blunders that cost us the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So Longley plays it out to Sessegnon on the left, inside to Højbjerg, who then plays it all the way back to Lloris. So let's see what we can do with this. It's 1-1. I mean, but again, a poor Leicester defence. We know that they're weak.
Good Leicester attack.
Poor exactly.
Defense.
Yeah.
So we're not surprised by the
We're not
scoreline
surprised
already.
at all, no. Richarlison had it on the centre circle, plays it wide out to Sessegnon, who looks forward to Richarlison, who's crossed it over. He's got Longley out on the left, who he passes to. Longley by the Leicester box, floats another cross in. Oh, almost came to Perisic, who then chases the ball down, and it goes out for a Leicester throw.
When you look at the way Longley plays, I suppose you can see why Romero got dropped, because actually he can bring the ball out from the back. He's very much like Romero in that sense.
Absolutely.
And as we saw there, he's putting a cross in, and look where he's playing. So maybe that's why he thought, Romero's been poor, I've got to play Longley.
Yeah.
So
I mean, a lot of people have sort of been saying that Longley, you know, wasn't wanted by Barcelona. I think it wasn't because of his ability.
Nope.
I think there was a personality clash there, which is why he left. So I'm quite happy that we've got him. I would have preferred it if it had been a permanent signing as a statement of intent, but you know, if he acquits himself.
This is the thing, he might turn out to be a gem that we've been missing. And, you know, the games that he's played so far, even today, he has looked calm, composed, and very Conte-ish.
Yes, true. I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Very much as a Conte defender. So I'm not surprised Conte agreed to it in the end.
I think so. I mean, look, I would have wanted, you know, the likes of your Bastonis and your Skriniars and your Gvardiols and like that. You know, I think that Spurs should be going for those kinds of players. It's part of our, you know, we're a big club. We should be getting them. But in the absence of that, and we're not necessarily going to look at the politics of it all, Sessegnon crosses it into the box. Oof.
Cleared by
Tielemans, yeah. So Richarlison kicks the ball off a Leicester player for a Spurs throw on the left. But in the absence of that sort of thing at the moment, I'm happy that we've at least got a Longley. That is something to be positive about.
And he's not, you know, and he's a ex-French international. You know, he still could make the France squad. You know, he had a good time at Seville. He's not nobody.
No, absolutely. I agree. Oh, Richarlison backheels it, almost gets it to Kane, but it's picked up by Fias in the Leicester defence, who spreads it to Evans. Plays a long ball upfield to that's Daka. Maddison
Tielemans wins it back out to Maddison on the right. Maddison comes inside. He plays it back to
Leicester having a bit of the ball in the edge of our third.
Barnes 1-on-1 with Perisic on the edge of our box now.
Trickles inside, but Perisic blocks, and it's chased down by Kulusevski. Being put under pressure there by Barnes, but he gives it out to Sanchez, who lofts it forward. Headed out by whoever their 25 is.
Ndidi,
that's the one. I don't know player names. I don't give a shit.
A very quality player, Ndidi.
He is a good player, or he certainly was a good player. Whether he's still a good player is subject, because you can't tell with the Rodgers effect, you know, at the moment. So Lloris spreads it out to Sessegnon on the left, who plays a lofted infield ball. Oh, and Kane loses that, but it's picked up again by Sessegnon. forward to Richarlison. Kane's still far back, but he spreads it all the way across to Perisic, who's driving at the Leicester box. He's got Kulusevski on his right, cuts inside, takes a shot. Oh, it's blocked by Ndidi. Leicester get the ball back and they clear it from their area. That sounds dirty. Oh, yeah. Got to do that. I'm sure Bob Spur's watching, even though he's supposed to be at work. Right, so Perisic again with... not so Perisic, it's Højbjerg, sorry. There we go. You see, that's the thing. When you've got... I mean, I don't necessarily... Richarlison, loose
controls
ball.
it there.
Yeah. You see, this is the thing. This is what we need to see. Everyone's been sort of saying about how Højbjerg and Bentancur keep getting overrun in midfield.
Yep.
The issue there is that, I mean, we all know Conte's system is supposed to be about wing backs.
Yeah.
You know, your midfielders, your central midfielders are really part of the defensive unit. And this, I think, is demonstrating when you've got a wing back that is willing to go forward.
Yes.
You don't need your central midfielders quite so much. You just need them to sort of be there.
And this is the thing when everyone was complaining about Cesc playing left wing back. Actually, he's very much what, you know, Reguilon was here and Conte was picking Cesc no matter what.
Yeah.
And you can see why when you see situations like today.
Yeah.
Where he's actually got two wing backs that want to push forward.
Absolutely. I mean, for me, I think that Sessegnon needs to keep doing that because the big complaint that I had about him in the first few games of the season was he would get beyond the halfway line and seem to have a nosebleed because of the rarefied atmosphere and drop back. But this time we've seen him actually go, you know, all the way to the byline almost before putting crosses in, and that's a positive for me. What do you think?
No, but that's probably right. Where he's been on the bench the last couple of weeks as well now, that's probably given him a kick up the backside to say, actually, I'm not doing what Conte wants.
Yeah.
So maybe I do need to take the risks. And that's what he's not been doing, taking many risks.
Absolutely. Absolutely right. I mean, talking of players on the bench, the elephant in the room is obviously Sonny being dropped. We didn't mention that because obviously we had to kick off. Personally, look, I mean, I love Sonny. I think, you know, for me, he is Mr. Tottenham. A lot of people say Kane is Mr. Tottenham. Not for me. Sonny is 100%. But I think this would be a positive for him. I want him to get angry on that bench. I want him to start thinking, I can do this and fight for his place.
He has got a bit of fight in his belly. Like we've seen it a few times with his red cards where he can literally switch. So hopefully, you know, I'd rather see him for the last half an hour be the best Sonny than 60 minutes and cross into the box.
Leicester cross it in.
Yeah, rather than him being 60 minutes, just being a passenger like he has been.
Absolutely. So Lloris plays a long upfield ball to Kulusevski, who actually manages to pick it up on the on the right flank. He's being tracked by Justin, but he's got the ball. He's on the edge of the Leicester area. Plays it inside to Kane, who's dispossessed. Højbjerg
shoots from 30 yards over the bar.
Yeah, wild speculative shot there by the Viking. And it comes to nothing. So, 16 minutes in, Marlon. Thoughts on the game so far?
As expected, end to end.
Yeah.
It's us playing Leicester, no clean sheets.
Yeah.
I think Richarlison is probably the weak point going forward. If I'm looking at it at the moment, he's lost the ball a couple of times. Cesc has tried to go behind him and he hasn't picked him out. But
he's not been all that involved, has he?
And
He's
I think been. But actually, the defense has calmed down now. Sanchez looks a lot better.
Yeah, which wasn't hard.
Yeah.
Absolutely no. So, in terms of energy, are we seeing a bit more intensity? I've been worried about that lackadaisical.
Probably not. If you're looking at it, it's probably very much a Conte performance still. It just seems when Leicester get it on the halfway line, the front three will try and pick it up. Well, once they get past them, Højbjerg and Bentancur won't go rushing in, which we haven't seen so far.
Oh, Ward brings the ball out of his area to loft it forward, and it's played inside, but Leicester lose out. A bad pass there. Højbjerg.
It's very slow still. Look, as you can see, Højbjerg's played on the halfway line to Perisic and not going quick enough, and that's where they should have caught him there because a lot of them were out of position. That's right. That's the one thing. Yeah, I agree on that one. That whole trap look pass thing. Very few first time balls is a bit of a worry. Longley tries to get it forward to Richarlison, but he's cut out by someone. Inside now with Leicester on the halfway line. Maddison's got it. He just crosses it over, plays the ball inside to Daka. Oh, through ball there, almost makes it to Barnes, but it's back out to Daka inside the Spurs box. Sanchez covering, and then he has to play it back out to Maddison, who's got it on the middle. He takes a shot, bounces off Højbjerg.
And Spurs get back possession. Bentancur, a slight misplaced pass there, but Richarlison has it on the left. Hounded by 3.
Look, he's hounded by 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's lost the ball quite a lot in this.
His
first 17 minutes. It's not worrying, but it's kind of it's breaking up the play and giving Leicester the ball.
He was more effective when he was on the right.
Yes,
wasn't he?
Yeah, which is weird because he played a lot on the left for
Everton.
Everton.
Played on the left for Everton, absolutely, yeah. This might be a bit of a conundrum. I mean, dare I say it? Should he be the striker? Maybe Sonny on the left and Richarlison up front. Not that I'm saying that Kane is rubbish. Oh God, the Kane haters are the Kane lovers are gonna hate me.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Rez,
Why do you hate Kane? Rez? Yeah, exactly. Big up to everyone in the chat. I'm sorry, I'm going to scroll through and check to make sure that your chats are coming in, and they are. So thank you very much. Do please hit that like and subscribe button. Keep the comments coming. We absolutely love them, and they're a big help to the channel. So big up to you all.
Madison on the edge of the
Madison
box,
takes a long range shot.
Longley does a Dyer and turns his back with his hand behind his back.
Maybe Dyer's teaching the defenders to do this.
I really hope not.
guys, this is the secret to Spurs defending. Turn your back. Nah,
spray the ball across.
Spray the ball out, but it's gone back for a Spurs goal kick. So yeah, 20 minutes in, Spurs 1, Leicester 1. I do want to do another big up. He's probably not watching because he's busy, but today's my best friend Mackie's birthday, so happy birthday to you, mate.
Happy birthday.
Yep. He's not watching. He's not a Spurs fan.
Well, I take that back.
Yeah. But yeah, so what we got? Perisic on the right, and Spurs knocking it about in the defence a little bit. Goes all the way back to Sanchez, inviting Leicester onto them, but it's only really Daka that's pressing the ball. No, Barnes is now getting involved. A ball up over to Dyer. Oh, plays a long ball forward, but Fias is first to it. That's Kulusevski's thing. He's not the fastest. No. Great player. Don't get me wrong, the wand of a left foot, but left foot, but can't really do the running. And Richarlison again doesn't quite get to it, but he chases, wins the ball, and knocks it behind for a corner. Yeah. Amazing stuff.
See, do you know what? I've been throwing this out for a while now, but I would so love to see Dyer play back in midfield.
You really?
Yeah.
Really?
I think he would be a diamond in there for especially in a Conte system.
Yeah.
I think he'll go back to when the 16-17 season when he played in midfield.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, no, but I think he'd be a great midfielder in this system.
Do you know what? You're one of few, because most people want him to leave the system altogether. I mean, I'm not one of them, to be honest. I quite like Eric Dyer. I like his as a person. Yeah, as a personality, I do like him, but he's got weaknesses.
His defensive weaknesses are that he doesn't pay attention. Yeah. And that's what costs him most of the time.
Absolutely. So Perisic taking a corner on the left, floats it in. Eric Dyer of all people.
Get him in midfield.
There he is.
Attacking third.
Fantastic stuff. There we go. Spurs 2, Leicester 1. It's only 20 minutes in. Are we going to get another Wigan? Are we going to get another Wigan?
Well, with the set piece coach, and that's 2 and 2.
That's 2 and 2, absolutely.
Yeah. It shows you how important in the Premier League a set piece can be.
100%.
It's an own goal, that is.
Oh, his own goal. It doesn't matter.
Goal.
Let's have a look. No, it's off Dyer. It is off Dyer.
Off Dyer there.
Yeah, you were.
Sorry, Dyer. Sorry.
Sorry, Eric. We love you, really. Well, some of us do. Some of us don't.
But again, this is where his ball that he's played across to Richarlison there to get the corner.
Yep.
That's where I think where Dyer is good, and that's why I always think that actually he's still good. He'll still do a job in that midfield for us.
I think. Look, if we want to talk about Eric Dyer in terms of the abilities that he does have, a lot of the time we focus on the things that he doesn't do.
Of course,
right? Yeah. Defensively, he's got errors in him. You know, there's that slight switch off. It's actually bad positioning.
Yeah, bad positioning. Yeah.
As a midfielder, I would agree. The bad positioning would be less of a problem in terms of thing. Whether or not we can do better. I mean, look, the thing is, though, if you think about it, we've got Skip, Basuma, Højbjerg, and Bentancur.
This is the problem now,
Would he displace any of those? I think the only one that you could possibly argue might be Skip.
And that's at a push.
And that's at a push, yeah.
Personally, I think he could Else Højbjerg. I think he's got.
You think?
I think he's got more in his game in a midfielder than Højbjerg does, and that's nothing against Højbjerg.
Sure, no, of course.
I just think that
Careful, the Højbjerg lovers will be after your blood.
Højbjerg is. There'll be games where Højbjerg doesn't track his runner and things like that, where I think Dyer would, because he's got that defensive mind about him. But going forward, I think he's slightly better than Højbjerg as well.
Yeah.
Because he's got a range of passing that Højbjerg doesn't have.
That is one of his strengths. A lot of people will say he misplays passes. He's actually quite a good passer of the ball.
Very good passer of the
right?
ball.
And I think that's part of that is because of the sort of technical apprenticeship that he had in Portugal, rather than the sort of classic English centre-back who just fucking kick it that you get with English centre-back. Not anymore, obviously.
As we saw on Tuesday.
Yes, that's it. Just kick it off. Go on. I don't know why they're drunk. Very quickly, welcome to Silver, DJ Samuel. Thank you for joining. Great to have you, matey. Do keep those super chats coming in as well. We will try and cover them all. I'm terrible at it because I just get involved in the chat and just talking bollocks. But I'll do my best. There he is.
Gianni Vio.
Gianni Vio.
I'm going to get him on the back of my shirt now.
Yeah, I think you should. Yeah, Vio. Yeah, Vio number. Just put an X.
Yeah.
You know, Vio X. He doesn't have a number. Yeah. He's done us a service. He's done us a service, definitely.
It shows you how important someone like that is, though.
Yes.
When, what's that? We've scored about 3 or 4 now from corners.
Yeah.
We barely got that last season, I think.
No, it's been, and not just last season, for seasons, there's been just a lack of scoring from set pieces, you know. Even when we had Ericsson taking free kicks, we weren't getting that many goals from set pieces. I just hope that Gianni Vio and Conte together will form an actual group and say to Kane, stop taking free kicks. But we'll see. Anyway, so Perisic plays out to Sanchez, who's just running across the halfway line on the Spurs right. Quick inside ball to Kulu, plays it back to Perisic. There's a bit of pressure. Perisic miscontrols.
Gives it to Harvey Barnes.
Harvey Barnes driving into the box. It's Leicester. Oh, Maddison into the box. He plays it back inside to Tielemans.
They took too long.
Yeah, too many touches. And now Sessegnon has the ball and he's driving at the Leicester. Nothing really. There's so much space in front of him.
Keep running.
Keep going. So he passed it into
That's where he needs to be a bit more confident within himself and just run.
Absolutely.
Forget looking for the front three there. He needs to go running.
Yeah. So there's Kulu inside the box. Ooh.
Good tackle by Justin now.
Dispossessed, I think. DJ Sam, we've been supporting Spurs since 1998. Yes, I welcomed you to We Are Tottenham TV, mate. Not Spurs. You know, for that you have my commiserations for supporting them since 98. I've been supporting them since 91, and it's been painful. But hopefully, good times ahead. Good times ahead. I've got to say this. Doggo Plays is predicting a 90-0 scoreline, which I think has already been made inaccurate because Leicester have scored. But I like the enthusiasm. I do.
Another set piece now.
Another set piece. Can we make it a hat-trick of set piece goals?
Could you imagine? I might have to walk out the studio because I don't know what
Just
to
get
say
some air.
Yeah.
You know?
Sanchez.
Go! Go!
He's got. Is he going to give it?
Is he giving it? Oh, no,
It'll go to VAR anyway. It'll go to VAR. So
someone is saying an elbow. He's saying there's an elbow raised or something.
Yeah. We'll see. But I've got a feeling Danny Ward has done what he's been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, what a downgrade for them to go from Schmeichel to Danny Ward. Oh my word.
Here we go. Corner comes in.
Oh yeah, Sanchez with the arm. Yeah. I think that they'll chalk it off for that. Yeah, they will. They will. Ah, but there's a handball there. Oh no, but it was after the arm,
isn't it?
Yeah.
So
never mind. But that would have been a hat-trick of set piece goals.
Yeah.
We're turning into Stoke.
Yeah, the foul's going to be done first. Yeah, could you imagine a hat-trick of set pieces?
That would be mad.
In a row.
Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, Coach TPM, still a goal, lads, just doesn't count. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
You tell us how it is.
We're 3-1 up. We are 3-1 up, except officially. Yeah, I'm going with it. I like Coach TPM. Big up to you, mate. He's a good lad. So, Lloris spreads it forward. Kane rises to pick it up. Almost drops to Kulu, but Justin, I think, gets in there. Bentancur takes out 2 Leicester players without falling over. It was brilliant. That was a bit of a weird one there from Perisic, but that's what he's known for.
Do you know what? I like Justin.
Yeah.
I think he would have been perfect on that right-hand side for us.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And Leicester were selling. Leicester were selling this season. You know, they're in financial trouble. We should have
sold Royale to Atletico when they wanted him.
Yep.
Or gone to Leicester first to see how much they wanted.
Definitely. The one that I can't believe we didn't even seemingly approach was Marc Cucurella. He would have been so good on that right-hand side as well.
Problem is, though, he's very left-footed, isn't he, as well?
True.
So,
but listen, we've got Perisic playing. Oh, no, Perisic is right-footed. Sorry, my mistake.
Is it? Perisic right and be both-footed?
Yes, true. But we've got Kulu playing left-footed. Yeah. Obviously not a wing-back, but yeah. Anyway, so Perisic has it out on the right, just about to cross the halfway line. He plays it forward to Kulu, who cuts inside, spreads it to Bentancur, who plays back to Højbjerg, who carries it over the halfway line, but he sort of stops and checks his run. Longley is actually further advanced than Højbjerg at the moment.
He's doing the Romero role, but
absolutely.
On the left.
Absolutely. I think Conte's switching it up, saying, Kulu gets the ball and almost plays a through ball to Kane. Leicester play for here we go. Daka is free. He's only got Sanchez with him. He takes a long-range pot shot and Lloris just gathers it.
He wasn't going to beat Sanchez for pace.
No, he wasn't.
And in a situation like that, we do need Sanchez.
Yes. Yeah.
Because Sanchez's pace is
dangerous.
But also at the same time, he's the reason
why. Yeah. Still, look, we're 2-1 up. Yeah. Half an hour played. Still plenty of the game to go. Spurs are getting the majority of the possession. I'd be interested to see what the possession stats actually are. But Perisic now has it on the right. He's just coming into the Leicester box. Knocks it past Justin. Is he going to get out? No, he has to check back. Gets a cross in. Almost drops to Kane. Almost drops a long lay on the edge of the Leicester area with Højbjerg. Spurs playing inside to Sessegnon. He's inside the Leicester area. Crossing. Deflected for another corner off Evans. Leicester, their defence is shockingly bad at times.
This is the worst I've seen them. It's just like Rodgers has gone, forget it.
Yeah. But, I mean, surely, they were never... They were never like the meanest defence, but they were still effective.
Does it show you how important Kasper Schmeichel really was to that back line? And sometimes having a vocal keeper can sometimes paper over the cracks that you don't see.
Agreed. But, I'm surprised that the likes of Evans, who I never thought he was that good, but he's certainly good enough for Leicester.
Look, he made Harry Maguire look like an £80 million player.
Absolutely. Yeah, but Harry Maguire, Anyway, corner comes in, and it's headed out by a Leicester player for a Spurs throw out on the left. Okay, again, it's all Spurs at the moment. We're showing, you see, the thing that I asked was the biggest thing, the thing that was making me want to rip my skin off on Tuesday was that, let's just play some football.
It was very passive. Yes.
We're showing a bit more urgency. This one. Here we go. An accidental ball to Cess inside the box, who plays very bad. Richarlison with the overhead kick.
Whoa. Kane picks it back up, plays it 1-2 Perisic on the edge of the box.
But he's surrounded by things.
He's surrounded by Leicester players there. Tielemans wins the ball back, plays it on the right out to Maddison. Maddison takes it back. He's more going towards the back of his edge of his box. But he's still got the ball. Comes over the halfway line. Plays a ball on the left to James Justin. Justin plays a 1-2 with Maddison. They're just spreading across now on the halfway line.
Yeah. Well, that's it. We've sort of restricted them to not being able to do very much, if we're being honest. That pot shot by Daka is pretty much the closest they've really come to a clear-cut chance. The penalty notwithstanding.
But even then, the penalty, it wasn't even a clear-cut chance.
It wasn't even a clear-cut chance, absolutely. It was a blunder. Speaking of blunders, Aurier to Nottingham Forest. Glad to see him back.
Do you know what? It's weird. He'll do a job in this team right now. The thing is, right, he had his blunders in him, and I think that's just the way Poch played him.
Yeah, I think so.
Where under Mourinho, we saw a slightly different Aurier.
Absolutely.
And when he didn't have to defend.
Yes, that's right.
He had a mean cross on him.
Do you know what? In this Conte team,
an
Aurier would certainly, I keep saying he'd be better than Royale, but that's not hard. He would be, I think, a lot more effective.
Yeah. But I think he's just not a Conte player regarding off the pitch antics more than on the pitch.
Absolutely. No, I'd agree with that one for certain. Okay, so Leicester getting a bit more of possession at the moment. They've been holding the ball for a couple of minutes now, but they're not really doing much. Everyone is camped in Spurs' half at the moment, but Spurs are so compact right now. There's just absolutely no way through for them. Leicester are just sort of, they're not even probing. They get a couple of balls forward, maybe to Barnes, to Maddison, but Maddison's camped behind two banks of four, really.
Pretty much. And that's where we've kind of left him in the whole game. So we know he's the playmaker.
Yeah,
but
so nullify him.
Yeah. And Leicester are kind of running out of ideas because Tielemans and Ndidi are not the most creative.
No, absolutely. It's good. It's good to stifle them. This is good tactical play, I think, by Conte. He's read that situation well. Yeah, so again, the ball just goes behind the halfway line. The only one really chasing it is Kane. Danny Ward's outside of his area again. And I mean, under very, very little pressure, Leicester end up with the ball in their own box. They're going forward now on the right. Plays a ball into Daka. And just, there's very little progressive play. But they try to float one in, but Dyer's...
Bentancur.
Dyer, very firm header, hits Bentancur, who can't control it, and beardy bloke here, whatever his name is, gets a stroke. That's him. He gets a Dewsbury Hall's a good player. He is a good player.
Yeah, he seems to be a little gem for Leicester.
Yeah, absolutely. He came through their academy, didn't he? Yeah. So nothing from that move. It was just a wild shot that went way over the bar for Leicester.
But that's what we restrict teams to, though. That's the kind of game plan that Conte wants. If you're going to score from, you're going to have to hit a worldie.
Yes. And how many of those do you get? A game or even a season, you know? Oh, Richarlison cuts out a ball there with Sessegnon, lofts it forward. But it's sort of picked up by Fayes, but he's got
really a very David Luiz look about him.
Yes.
Even the way he's playing as well.
He's now Sideshow Bob Mark III. We had Sideshow Bob, which was David Luiz. Then we had Sideshow Bob Mark II, who's Guendouzi. And now Fayes, or however it's pronounced, is Sideshow Bob Mark III.
He looks very, like the way he's even playing is he's very similar.
He's
to
very,
David Luiz.
yeah, very Luiz-esque. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, take the hair away, he still would look like him.
Yeah, it's true.
Quite weirdly.
Yeah. I like this comment by Alan Glauber. He says, Aurier, Sanchez, Emerson. Now, there's a Tweedy threesome I don't want to see. Yes, I know where you're coming from, Alan. It was more a relativistic analysis of Aurier's potential. Oh. Ball crosses, zips across the box, kept in on Leicester's right, so our left. But some foul been called?
No.
Oh, it just went out.
Yeah, it went out there.
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay. So do keep commenting, guys. We really do appreciate it. Big up to you. Do like and subscribe as well. And if you've got a moment, right, there's a channel. It's called A View from the South Stand, right?
Yes.
This bloke's on it, right? Just go over there and click like and subscribe. I don't know why I'm talking without consonants.
And don't forget the Shell Sides.
And Shell Sides first show.
Yeah, there's a forfeit for someone if they get 1,000. So remember that.
Shit, I was hoping people had forgotten. Yes, it's true. On Shell Sides Spurs Show, we're on the road to 1,000 subs. If you go over there, get us to 1,000 subs, I'm basically going to be doing a shot in a game called Oh Yeah Chicken. So, if you want to see me smashed out of my mind, do that. And Barnes, Dewsbury Hall, sorry. Wild shot.
Barnes, wild shot.
Again, wild, under pressure. The defence, you can't really complain about Spurs' defence, apart from those blunders.
Yeah, no, because it's right there, Sanchez's header, he's not cleared these lines.
No.
In that situation. He's just literally got his head up and he's just played it. And at the end of the day, Ben's gone over looking, going, what are you doing?
Yeah. That's the thing. It's just those blunder things.
Yeah.
It's just those idiotic moments. But I mean, weirdly, Spurs have actually had less of the possession, but they look like they've had more of the possession.
Yeah, we've been more effective when we've had the ball.
Yes,
and that's probably key to a Conte system.
Absolutely, and I think we should get used to that. We should not expect loads of possession. It's all about being ruthless.
And this is the thing, you have to look at it like the way we're playing. I know people want exciting football, but there's going to be certain games that have to be managed.
Of course. And do you know what? Once Conte when Conte gets the players that are right for his system and they know what they're doing, the game is attractive. It's not that flair football, obviously, but it's so effective and it's so ruthless that you can take.
Spurs giving it away on the edge of the box here. Defense is all over the place.
Sanchez clears it, long shot.
And obviously, again, we're restricting them to long shots.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right, and that's the thing. And you've got to, if everyone wants to go and see Chelsea when he had his first season, Fabregas only played half the games.
Yep.
And it was only when Fabregas came on where they started to progress.
Absolutely.
But they used to stifle teams for like 60 minutes and then literally go at them.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like, it's almost counter-punching once, like one massive counter-punch late in the game. I mean, it's counter-attacking football. We know that. But he once players know what they're doing, it's, I call it FU football. It's like, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. Oh, weakness, stab. That sort of stuff. It's wonderful to see. I like it. I enjoy it. Okay, Daka, but he's up against two, and there's three tracking back. He's only really had Tielemans in support. Yeah, again, Spurs getting back into their shape really effectively. There's no channel through, although Leicester have got it on the edge of the box. They're just, again, back to that tap it back and forth between each other because there's no channel through. Maddison has it sort of on the edge of our third, for want of a better word, but he can't do anything with it.
It seems like we're playing the low block.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, we are.
And Leicester are the ones being us trying to break them down.
Yeah. This plays into our hands, I think. This is basically Conte saying, great, you're playing the way I want you to play, rather than them being low block and waiting for us to come against them, which is where we've been having difficulties, I think.
So, because look, Maddison's now trying to play between the midfield and defence, but he can't get the ball.
He can't get the ball. And it's gone all the way back to Ward.
Yeah.
Under pressure from Bentancur, he plays it out to Ndidi, who's under pressure from Bentancur, and then Leicester have just got it on the edge of their area, on the edge of the byline, can't do anything with it. And David Luiz, managed to get a throw in, but it's in the Leicester half. Yeah.
And most of Leicester's play has been in their half, and Danny Ward things.
Can we play Danny Ward every week?
I think every Premier League team wants to play Danny Ward every week.
We rotate him round, Do like a bingo thing. Yeah, you get Danny Ward this week.
How bad must Iverson be if they're not playing?
Oh, can you imagine? Oh! That was unbelievable by Maddison. Leicester score, that was unbelievable. There was no chance on whatsoever. He was inside the box and he just he just edges it past Lloris. It was an amazing strike.
And that's the first time he's got between the defence and the midfield, and they've got the ball to him.
Unbelievable. You can't really fault anyone for that. I don't see a major error there.
Cess has to be stronger there.
Yeah, that's probably it. But I mean, Maddison, it was a first-time strike under pressure from two Spurs defenders. I mean,
the only thing I'd say there is Dyer's got to want to get the ball first. It's the only thing I'd say. It's a brilliant finish, don't get me wrong, but Dyer can get there first.
Do you know what? I never applaud an opposition goal against Spurs, but you can't deny the quality of that. A first-time volley. I mean, there was nothing you could do. Nothing. That was insane. But there you go.
As we said, typical Leicester.
Typical Leicester.
Defense,
yeah.
Great attack.
Yep. This is what can you do? Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't see it as crap defending. I really don't. There was not
Cess,
you could say could have been a bit stronger, but even then, it wasn't an out and out blunder.
No.
The player was coming at him. It was at speed. What else could he do? He did what he could. Dyer could have gone in a bit stronger, but again, there was not much more he could do. And that strike was unbelievable.
Yeah, sometimes you do have to give credit to the opposition, and that's a goal. If you're going to concede, that's the type of goal you go, all right.
Little you could do.
Yeah, where the penalty, there's stuff you could do to counteract that.
Absolutely. That criticised them 100%. That was a ridiculous thing for a defender to do. But yeah, that goal was something of my word. My good God.
I think Rez liked that goal.
No, because you know what? I don't like Maddison. That's why I'm so conflicted, because I really don't like him. He's just got a face. He's got a face that I want to punch. But you cannot deny that.
No, you can't. And it was a great finish.
It really was.
Yeah. Apart from Cess being weak, you go, actually, can they deal with the cross?
Yeah.
No, they were all in the right positions where you expect them to be, and where Conte probably expected them to be.
Absolutely.
In that situation.
Absolutely.
Perisic with a free kick now.
So yeah, here we go. He's going to float it in. And a header off the bar by Sanchez, who he's claiming he's asking for a penalty, I think, saying he's been fouled. Kulu's under pressure by 2. No one's helping him. And Leicester get the ball back. Sanchez tracking the runner and manages to push it out for a throw. I think it's a Leicester throw, though. Oh, well.
He must have heard us criticising him there.
I think so, yeah.
Because I just thought that was in.
Oh, that was... He just tipped. Actually, Ward tips it onto the bar. I think he gets a fingertip to it. Let's have a look.
It's a brilliant save. It's a brilliant save.
It was a great save. Yeah.
He's not a great goalkeeper, but that's a brilliant save.
Well, this is it. It seems like teams enjoy, bringing it when they play us. Yeah. Again, it's the whole Dr. Tottenham thing. Oh well. Okay. So Spurs 2, Leicester 2. We're just coming to the end of the half now. Ball sort of pinging back and forth on the right over there. Leicester spread it forward. Daka chests it down, brings it under control.
So this is where we're kind of going to be in trouble. Leicester have got it.
If we don't, I think we should close them down a bit. So Leicester work it into the box, but it's a wild strike there by Maddison again, and it goes wide. Oh, take your smug face away, you little twat. I can't stand him.
But now he's trying to get between the lines. You can see that he's trying to get between the midfield and defence. So
he's going to have to rely on the likes of
Spurs need to go back to what they were doing in the first half an hour and restricting him. They've just kind of lost their way a little bit, and I think the goals kind of made them lose their way as well.
Yeah, still got that tendency to drop the head when adversity strikes. I think that's the other thing that we're hoping that Conte will be able to sort of train out of them, is that. I mean, they did. We showed it against Chelsea, didn't stop, didn't give up. Long range shot there by Tielemans, deflected back. Hugo and Bentancur both chasing it. So Hugo lofts the ball forward over Richarlison. They're going to win the second ball. And Longley, I think, wins the second ball. It's Perisic out on the left,
Perisic
weirdly.
and Cess now have moved sides. So
inverted wing backs.
Yep.
Excellent.
Just giving the ball away.
Gives the ball away to Daka. Oh, come on.
Well done, Højbjerg.
Højbjerg manages to battle back. Richarlison takes the ball but then gets dispossessed. 2 minutes of added on time. And... all right. Okay, so Tielemans at the edge of our third. Super chat here from Zayn Mayassi. Fossil football tomorrow. We'll be back at top of the league. Top of the league. Fair enough, if that's what you think. Thanks for the £4.49. Always helps the channel, which is good. So Leicester again. Everyone's camped in our half. Spurs looking compact. Only Kane really up front. It's 2 banks of 4. I think it's a fair...
It's probably a fair reflection of the game. If you looked at it, 2-2 is probably a fair scoreline.
Yeah.
We haven't been...
I'd say 2-1. I think the penalty was it was fair, but we shouldn't have been doing stuff
Leicester
like
have had more of the ball. They haven't been great with it, but we haven't done much in their half either.
Absolutely.
And actually, we've done set pieces, and that's where we've been better than Leicester.
Better than them, yeah, absolutely.
But, I think it's a fair reflection of the result right now.
Well, I mean, hopefully now, if they've swapped, for the rest of the game, if Perisic and Sessegnon have actually changed sides, fully, then let's hope that we can get some joy down the left with Perisic. Maybe you can cross in for Richarlison. Maybe you can get some crosses in because they're not expecting him to be out on the left.
True.
Oh, Spurs.
Kulu loses
it.
Oh, he's played
Leicester.
Madison
clear in the box.
Save.
Great save by Lloris. Comes out and Longley.
Defense is starting to fall apart now.
Yep, they're hopefully we can get to half time without conceding again, and then maybe Conte can insert a little bit more steel in their spines again.
This is where I have the annoyance with Dyer.
Yep,
because everyone tells me he's the one who's meant to be organising. He's not organising.
He's not organising. Yeah,
And if he's not organising, what's he doing?
That's absolutely. That was a great reflex stop by Lloris.
And at the end of the day, Longley is playing his second game, Premier League game.
Yep.
You need to be speaking to him.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
every moment of that game,
Yeah.
getting him used to how the Premier League works.
That's
But
it.
is that where Dyer doesn't understand the Premier League or his defensive duties?
This is why we need a real, to go with Romero, to go with Longley. We need more central defenders.
Yeah.
So it's half time. Spurs 2, Leicester 2. Give us your thoughts, Marlon. Tell us about the game.
Leicester have probably, like I said, Leicester have had more of the ball. They haven't done much with it until that last 10 minutes. I think we were the low block team. We kind of went through the motions. They were going through the motions, Leicester. And Maddison was picking it up in areas where we didn't want him. But then all of a sudden you saw him between, Bentancur and Højbjerg and in front of Dyer. We don't want him to be there, and that's where the goals come from, because he's actually got between them, and the ball's finally got to him. Yeah. We just need to be careful in the second half, because if the defence in that last 5-10 minutes have gone to pot,
yeah. I mean, look, this Leicester team scored 2 against Arsenal at the empty crates.
Yep.
Right. The fact that they've now scored 2 against us at home, speaks to, in my view, a little bit of that sort of fuzziness.
Yeah.
I don't think we've conceded. We've conceded 2 a few times this season. Chelsea, Sporting, and now today, Leicester. Yeah. This is not what you expect from a Conte team, is it?
And that's the thing. But then if you take the penalty aside, do we concede 2 today? Are we on 1? But
that's right.
Yeah, Conte will be ripping that defence at half time.
And rightly so.
And to be fair to them, the first 30 minutes and the first 2 minutes, 5 minutes, yes, Sanchez makes a mistake.
Yep.
But for 30 minutes after that, they were solid. Yeah. They were looking okay. Nothing was really at them. They were playing well. They were playing to the way Conte wants. But then, as soon as Maddison scored, they seemed to all just forget what they were doing. Yeah. We've got to be better defensively now.
We need a proper sort of general of the defence.
Yeah.
I agree about Dyer. I mean, I don't like to slate players too much. The only one that I think, for me, I won't give him any real quarter is Emerson Royale.
I wonder why.
Yeah. But we really needed to upgrade. I think the 2 positions that we really, really needed, or the 3 positions that we really needed this summer to address really well: right wing back, central defence, striker, or forward.
Well, I think
forward we did all right. The other 2 positions, not so much.
Right wing back, I was a bit shocked that he didn't, because everyone was going, especially when Atletico Madrid came in, I was expecting, I was like, well, the writing was on the wall for a while, I thought. And the fact he didn't go, I was just like, okay, there must be a reason behind it. Yep. But for the centre back position, I think we tried. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of fans need to understand, especially with the centre back positions, the centre backs that Conte wanted didn't want to join Spurs. And I think, and that's the bit that people need to understand. We're not quite. You look at, so let's take the 2 defenders that we were linked with, Bastoni and Bremer.
Yeah.
Bremer wanted to stay in Italy because of his wife. And getting an Italian citizenship. Bastoni said, no, not this year.
Okay.
So in that situation, where do you go next?
Well, I would counter with this. If Spurs had gone in there and, let's say, said to Inter Milan, here's £80 million.
Yep.
And they said to Bastoni, here's 200k a week. Who's going to turn that down?
Personally, I still think he would have turned. Okay, admittedly, the wages are a thing, yes, but then the way Bastoni has started this season, he hasn't started very well either.
True.
So it's a big risk to give.
Yeah, of course.
Look, most Italians don't move from Italy, so there's one problem.
Okay.
Right. So you are going to have to offer them a lot of money to move. Mm-hmm. But if Bastoni, everyone talks about Bastoni, he hasn't started the season as he should have, as most people have said. He's not been great in the Champions League games. He hasn't been great. But he did reject us, no matter how we put it.
I know that. I'm definitely not disagreeing with that.
Yeah. And it's not like he moved to anybody else.
No, I agree with that too.
And this is where I go. If he moved somewhere else, I'll go. Spurs should have done something. But if you're,
they aren't the only two central defenders in the world.
Okay, true. And
Obviously, we did
are.
get Longley, but we needed more than just that.
And was it Conte saying these two are nothing? Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
that's the only thing.
I think
Longley is a stopgap, and I think they're hoping that Bastoni will come next season.
Well.
But again, the only how many top quality defenders?
That's the other thing. That's
He rejected. He rejected the move.
Did he? Through for next year.
Oh yeah, no, they haven't said anything. He ended up signing a new contract, if I remember correctly. Okay. So even that, because they was going to loan him back apparently, but I don't think it all went through. Well. So that's the interesting thing. Again.
It's going to make for an interesting January window, I would say, because
and I think that's where it's key.
Yeah.
Because I totally agree with everyone on that situation. Why did we not go out and get a top quality right wing back? But the central defender, I think the central defender bit, we were linked with like whole summer. It was literally from the beginning to the end. And then the whole thing about we needed a cam as well, an attack of mid. And again, my thing was, why did we sign Basuma?
Yeah.
If it was a priority, it would have been a priority, I think, at the back end. So. And that's where the wing back situation comes into play.
With the attacking midfielder. Before I come to that, just very quickly, a super chat here from Powder TCG. People said Spursy was done. I'm saddened to be watching this terrible football. It's not great football. I will readily agree with you. It's not been that bad to watch compared to what we've seen this season. I have to say, the only game that I didn't actually watch this season, either at the stadium or on TV, was Fulham.
Yeah,
and that was apparently our best performance.
Yes.
So what I've seen this season, this has been the best that I've personally seen. Probably maybe Southampton would think, which doesn't say much, I will have to say.
We were better in the second half against Southampton, so that's probably something what we're looking at now. Maybe we will be better in the second half. Or maybe, you know what, this game is poised for someone who's had a lack of confidence in the second half for him to come on and completely
perhaps
change
things. Yeah. Absolutely. That would be...
Some things are just
something to say. I mean, look, we come back to it, and I think we as fans, we've been obsessed with this, and it's led to a lot of sort of, let's say, contentious discussion.
Yep.
I've got to make it clear again. We got cut off because we had to start the game. For me, as I say, Sonny is Mr. Tottenham, right? He is probably my favourite Spurs player. Current Spurs player. I don't think I have more affection for any other.
True.
Richarlison is now pushing him hard. I'll say that, especially after his antics.
I think the squad love him more than you.
Yeah. I think after his antics against Nottingham Forest, especially when he did that, I just sat there and went, "You legend." But I love Sonny more than any other Spurs player. I want a Sonny that is on fire and happy and playing with that smile on his face.
Yeah. True.
That Sonny hasn't been here. I don't know what the answer is. So it's not me saying he has to be dropped. It's a case of maybe dropping him will help him. Maybe it won't. I don't know, right? What's happened now is that he's been dropped.
Yep.
My hope is that that is what will get him back to where he was.
Yeah, no, true. Yeah. Yeah. And he's got the international break now to get back to where he was. It happens. Like if I said to you how Salah played this season, a lot of people would go, well, actually, he hasn't even played well either.
No.
So it may be because the season started early. You got to remember that he didn't join us until we went to Korea.
Correct.
So he had an extra 2 weeks off theoretically.
Yeah.
And after last season's antics, a lot of players, a lot of teams are going to be saying, no, make sure Son's quiet.
Yes.
Let Kulu do the stuff. And that's why Kulu's probably had the better games, because a lot of people are not looking at him going
as much of a threat.
Because they know that he's not going to score many. Well, that's what they think at the moment.
That's what they think,
Yeah. But it's a case of then actually stifle Kane and Son and Spurs are done.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think so. And that for me is key in terms of the Richarlison signing as well, because it gives us that different dimension to the attack as well. The biggest problem for me has been, I think, Son and Kane's sort of that being off has sort of bled into all three of them, because when they were on song last season, those three it was telepathic.
Yeah, and it was telepathic. But as I've said this many times. It wasn't every week they were telepathic.
No,
it was one week on, 1 week out, 1 week on. And if you go look at the games last season, and especially in that when Kulu did come in, it wasn't. It wasn't great football every week. It was, people have to remember there was games where we weren't getting shots on target.
Of course.
So it's not. We got to look at the bigger picture here and go, actually, did us qualifying for fourth spot paper over a lot of the cracks that we kind of forgot about and all the problems that we did have last season?
I will say that us finishing fourth was an overachievement.
Yes.
Okay. I believed, because I think that that's what fans should do. They should believe that their team can do, good things. Like today, I said, with it's a new hat that I'm wearing as well. With that hat on, I said, well, Spurs are going to win 4-1, right? But at the same time, when it doesn't happen, I don't guard against bad outcomes by predicting them.
Yep.
Right? Because it's not going to hurt any less.
No.
If we lose today, I'm going to be raging. But it's not going to. Before the game started, I said I want to start. I think we'll win.
And to be honest, and the way the game has gone, I personally think we still might. But again, hopefully this defensive performance, and especially last 10 minutes, will open Conte's eyes up a little bit.
So.
But maybe this is where we need Basuma.
Yeah.
And Conte, I know Conte says he's tactically not ready.
Yeah.
But when you see our midfielders sometimes where, if you get between them, it's not happening.
Yeah.
What tactical, stuff does Basuma need in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree. I think he's got Bentancur comes across as the sort of technical one. Højbjerg too, but Højbjerg is more the sort of destroyer.
Yeah.
It's not actually how he developed as a player. It's how he's been deployed by us and to an extent Southampton beforehand.
Yeah.
But when he was at Bayern, he wasn't like that.
No.
He was more progressive, and certainly for Denmark. Basuma, I think, has qualities of both of those in a different sort of mix.
Yeah.
So getting him on, it might be the right answer. It might be the wrong answer. It might be we need more destroyer. We need someone to be in there to break up play, or what Basuma would do, bring more technicality to it while also retaining that little bit of steel.
Yeah.
To shield the back three. I can see it though. I can see Basuma being a bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? Interventionist.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah. Maybe Conte will make that. I mean, he doesn't generally make half-time changes very often.
And
but
it's not been a bad enough performance for him to make half-time changes.
No,
now,
I think so.
Everyone's going to, the scapegoat today is obviously going to be Sanchez.
Yeah.
It's always going to be.
Yeah.
Once Royale was out, they needed someone else. But
if he hadn't made that blunder, though, he wouldn't have been made a scapegoat. So I think it's fair.
I think he still would have.
It's fair. Come on. That kind of thing.
But
I mean,
to be honest, that's the only thing he's done wrong all game.
yes, true.
The goal came from the other side where Cess has not headed it,
And he did prevent Daka from
going
that
through.
thing.
Yeah,
I agree, yeah.
But you just know that Sanchez. Everyone be going, "Oh, Romero should have started."
No, God, no. Listen, no. Even with that blunder, do not bring Emerson back into the squad. Don't, please.
But it's just do you know what? Looking at the game, it's probably the performance I expected.
Yeah.
If I said to you, I probably expected 2-2 at halftime. I looking at the game.
Yeah.
It's not been like proper open.
No.
But with both defenses, the way they've been
Both
playing.
defenses have had some pretty let's say performances to forget.
Yes.
I think
Not Premier League.
not Premier League
moments.
Yeah. So I got a super chat here from Ennio Rodriguez. Sorry, but this is some of the worst football I've seen. We can't string two passes together and defence is poor. If this were Leicester, we'd lose.
Again, I think you have to look at every game, and we haven't been able to string passes in any of the games, and that's probably what's let us down the most. Is that we can't do that quick football that we haven't been able to do. But if we go in 2-1 at half time, I think it's a different perspective. People look at it different. Yeah, the football's not great, but like we said, you're not going to get great football under Conte.
Absolutely not. Well, not that type of great football. Yeah, absolutely.
And, we could be playing great football right now and probably be more open, and we could be 3-0 down.
Yeah.
It's happened. We saw it in the seasons have gone past.
Absolutely.
You just have to take the rough with the smooth.
I think it's about mentality here. I think that the Spurs players right now, the team on the pitch right now, Dyer's, is that Dyer? Yeah, it is. He's sort of, oh no, it's Longley. Longley making a run forward, but then having to check back. I think if they go out there and say, look, we are better than this, and actually try the way that they should, we can win this and win this comfortably.
And as the super chat said, the only thing that's different, the passing just needs to be better.
Yeah.
If we can get the passing down, like we did against Norwich last year, where the passing was crisp and it was all done, that's the football we need to get back
Absolutely. So Richarlison driving at the Leicester box. He spreads it out to Sessegnon on the right, who's playing inverted. Sessegnon tries to cross it, but it's blocked by Justin, is it? Is that Justin? I think.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's Justin, yeah.
So Spurs have got the ball just inside the Leicester third. Højbjerg coming towards the edge of the box. He plays it out to Kulu on the right. And yeah, so Leicester sort of dropped back into a very compact shape, and funnily enough, we're doing exactly what we did to Leicester. A speculative ball forward from Bentancur, but it doesn't.
He's got to try it, but the pass, it's got to be better.
Yeah,
and that's where we're not. I think that's been our big problem this season. Full stop.
Yes, passing has been a problem.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Everything else, I think, has actually been spot on.
It's been all right. Yeah.
Even defensively, I think we've been okay.
But the thing is, passing is a fundamental. You know, if you, I mean, that was
Kulusevski tries to play the ball and it falls underneath.
Just falls under. Yeah,
we didn't see that last year. That would have been straight into Højbjerg or Bentancur's feet.
The hope is that this is just, as I say, teething problems while they learn. Oh, here we go. When Bentancur dispossessed, he's driving in between two Leicester. Yes! Look at that! Bentancur dispossesses a Leicester player on the edge of their third, drives at the box, two central defenders coming in, and he just passes it between them into the goal. Danny Ward nowhere. Tottenham 3, Leicester 2. What a start to the second half. First half? What a start to the second half. Let's not talk about the start of the first half. What do you make of that, Marlon?
That's what Bentancur's good at. He does that a lot, where he's the one chasing, and then Didi just didn't see him coming.
No. Had his back, he's facing as the goal. Bentancur just comes up for it, plucks the ball from him, drives at the box, and it's in. Beautiful, beautiful goal. Wonderful. Just an individual effort. It was just all Bentancur on that one. And he just curls it past, banging off the post.
But it's against the run of play.
Yeah.
And this is Conte football, people. This is what we're going to have to get used to. Yep. If you want to watch Spurs this year, don't expect it to be great 90% of the time, 80% of the time.
I don't at all. I don't.
We've all got to come out of our comfort zone and kind of go, the Harry Redknapp football, the Pochettino football's not here anymore.
No.
Right? There's a reason why Mourinho, Nuno and Conte are now all been our managers. Yeah. They all pretty much play the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and you know what? I think that's the type of football you got to play to win.
Yeah.
To win things.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, Man City have got the financial backing to play that football. Now, you look at Pep Guardiola in his first season, they couldn't play that football with that team.
No.
It just didn't work.
Absolutely.
So now look at them.
That's it. They've got the money to build that kind of football. You know?
But then you look at all the other teams. Liverpool.
So Højbjerg is down. He was tackled there by Ndidi, who came in behind him. He was on the floor. That was he had kicked his feet out from beneath him. Højbjerg's up. The game has continued. Thanks Sky for actually not cutting back in time. So again, but no, I mean here. Again, it looks like Spurs are looking to take the game by the scruff of the neck. There's a bit more urgency towards
second half syndrome. Half, we're better in the second half.
We really are, and I think that first half, it was really that second goal seemed to knock the stuffing out of us a little bit. We became a lot more passive. We became like the Spurs of Sporting. I mean, a beautiful ball there from Perisic.
Brilliant ball by Richarlison.
Højbjerg, shoots.
On his wrong foot.
His
right foot over the bar on the edge of the box.
Yeah. He's got a wand of a left foot, but I think he's got a brick of a right foot, possibly. Not that I'm criticising Kulu. He's a great player. Love him to bits.
No, you heard it, people. He's criticising.
Go on then. Have at me. I don't guess for God's sake. I love the ginger from Sweden. You know, he's tops. I'm just being honest. You know.
No, it was a bit like how Leicester were in the first half. a shot just wild.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. So Højbjerg picks up the ball on the edge of our third, inside to back to Sanchez and inside, who plays it centrally to Dyer, who then spreads out to the right, but it's cut out by a Leicester player, who then miscontrols the second ball. Oh, almost failed there as well. But Kulu now brings the ball over, spreads it out right to Sessegnon, who cuts inside. Oh,
brilliant.
Lovely round the corner ball. There's Kulu, who's inside the box. Unfortunately, he's got to check back. There's no one with him. But he's still got the ball. Plays back to Højbjerg.
Put it in the box. Get it in the box.
See if we can get a ball floated in. As Højbjerg plays it on the ground into Richarlison. He's surrounded. Sessegnon through. Checks it back. Oh, was that a handball?
Well, the players are appealing.
The players are appealing for a handball.
Doesn't look like a handball from where we were.
No.
But obviously, the South stand there appealing.
Kulu floats the ball. It bounces off someone. It's a little bit bitty in there. Leicester get the ball back, but then they're dispossessed again, appealing for a foul, but that wasn't given. And Spurs again.
It's a bit more quicker. The tempo's
absolutely
got a bit more quicker as Kane gets it on the edge of the left-hand side.
He brings it inside, checks back. He should have just shields the ball for a corner, he wins it.
That's
eventually.
when Kane annoys me.
Yeah.
So he does the hard work.
Yeah,
but he should. Doesn't matter who's in the box. Just swing it in.
Yeah. What can you do? But it's another Spurs corner, so maybe another goal.
Yeah.
Who knows?
They're becoming like penalties now.
We've had 3 corners and we've had 3 set pieces and we've had the ball in the net 3 times.
Yeah.
So the odds are Perisic taking it on our left.
Oh, and Leicester are the worst team at conceded corners. So
there you go.
Explains a lot.
Yeah. Bit flat there. Bit flat there from Perisic. I think it was Dyer had to stoop to actually get his head on the ball. He did direct it goalward.
It was a very poor corner. To be fair, Dyer done his best to get that back in the box.
So still a shot on target, I suppose. if you want to look at it positively, like that means anything for us. So Spurs 3, Leicester 2. 50 minutes, about 5 minutes into the second half. 5-6 minutes in. Leicester have got the ball at the moment again, playing it around their back 3-4 or whatever they're playing, looking for an opening. But Spurs again playing compact. Højbjerg making a sort of speculative run forward, but then he's just dropping back into that hole again. We are forcing Leicester wide because when they go central, they run out of space. They run out of options. There's nothing to do. And Ndidi is basically their back 4 and Ndidi are stuck in front of our team, essentially. There's only Kane in front of them.
Well, we're not allowing Dewsbury Hall and Maddison to get on the ball.
No.
And if they are, they're out wide.
They're out wide, absolutely. Justin has now sort of ventured forward a bit. Everyone is in the Spurs half right now. I would half expect Danny Ward to be in the Spurs half the number of times he comes out of his area. So Fayas and Evans just knocking it back and forth. They're not really going anywhere at the moment. Keep the comments coming, guys. Really appreciate it. Do like and subscribe. Go over to View from the South Stand and hit like and subscribe there in Shelfside Spurs Show. Do also please don't hit like, because we're a very non-violent channel. Stroke it, fondle it. Make sweet music with it. But do please make contact.
Kulu
almost makes a backheel through ball there from Kulu to Kane. Didn't quite come off. And Leicester have the ball on the edge of their area. No real urgency by them. They're not really looking to move the ball quickly, it seems. Taking their time.
I feel like they've gone back to how they were in the first half an hour of the game, where we've kind of gone, come on, what you got? And they can't break us down again.
Yeah, it does seem that way. Whereas Spurs, we're chasing balls. Yep. We are looking, if not to sort of out and out press the ball. Oh my God, Royale's coming on.
So Perisic is coming off for Royale in the 54th minute. Could only be an injury.
Oh God, it's like the worst of both worlds. The player that really you don't want to see coming off, and the player that you really don't want to see coming on.
If it is tactical, is he doing it for pace? Because if you look at when we've been on the ball and we've hurt them more with the pace than we have with anything else. I know Royale just is not. It's a weird substitution to make.
But I mean, what's the point of his pace if there's no end product? That's the worry for me. I mean, just nothing happens when he gets the ball. And they both seem to be playing on. Oh no, that's Sanchez. Sorry, I thought I was Sessegnon for a second, but no, Barnes has knocked it ahead of Cess, but Højbjerg gets in there to block. Lloris, just manages to clear it over the halfway line, but it's passed back to Leicester. Let's see. I don't know. I mean, Cess has gone over to the left, so I'm guessing, Emerson's going to take up his usual
berth.
berth.
By Rez's voice, he is so disappointed.
Yeah.
Else, come on, people.
Yeah, I mean,
think a lot of Spurs fans at home are probably feeling the same way you are.
I mean, I don't. Would it be over dramatic of me to say that a little part of my soul just died? No, that's a bit nasty. Yeah. Okay, so Kulu driving into the Leicester box, he checks onto his left. Tries a weak sort of pass with his right as he's falling over. Didn't really come to much.
No. See, again, though, has he played great today? Kulu.
Not great. But he's been effective, I would say. He's been more effective than Richarlison, and that's not a criticism
really
of
quiet.
him. Yeah, he's been subdued, I would say. And I think
here we go. Leicester in our
box, but they have to play it back out under pressure from Bentancur. Foul conceded, but that's fair distance out. It's not a problem. That's fine. I mean, if you want to concede a foul, that's not a bad place. It's not a great place, but it's a fair distance from goal. So he did. Sonny and Romero warming up. Okay, here we go.
He's brought Royale and he's gone. I need Romero.
And Son. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, God.
So there's a bit positive.
Yes. A little, as I say, that little part of my soul has sort of actually just coughed and maybe suggested that it's still alive.
So maybe, you know what? Looking at it,
well, that's actually quite dangerous thinking about it. That's a Maddison.
Maybe he had this. He wanted those three to play, but actually he wanted to rest them and give them some time because they've played a lot of games.
Maddison floats it in, but it's cleared away by Dyer.
For Romero to be coming on and Sanchez ain't really done that much wrong.
No.
He clearly had you lot playing this amount of minutes and then I'm bringing on these lot.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? Last season he did the same with Kulu. Lloris chasing it from Daka. Manages to get it cleared back, I think, for a throw? Or did that curl for a corner?
As one of the Spurs players said, I was pretty sure Lloris is getting younger.
You think? Yeah. He's got like a portrait of himself in the attic that gets older as he gets younger.
Yeah.
For those of you who get the reference. Yeah, I mean, I've always loved Lloris. I think he's a great goalkeeper.
I think he's been top quality. How we ever got him in to begin with?
Yeah.
Is a masterstroke.
Still one of the best shot stoppers in Europe, in my view. Maddison floats over for Daka, header. Lloris saves it, and that's
we're praising him. He makes a good save.
Yeah, that was dangerous. That was such a beautifully floated in cross by Maddison, and just Daka heads it on and almost goes in the back of the net. But as
the
for
passing again,
it's
very poor at the moment.
Yeah. So brought down, free kick to Spurs.
That was brilliant defending by Royal, wasn't it?
All right.
We should do a count every time he does something good.
Every time he does something good, and every time he does something bad, all right? That's fine. That's cool. I think I'm going to win that one. Okay, so number 6, so Sanchez off for Romero.
Yep.
And Richarlison off for Sonny. Not Richarlison's best game in a Spurs shirt. Let's put it that way. I still have a lot of time for him. I think he was pressured out of the game for this one. So yeah, and Sky doing the inevitable shooting to the South Korean fans in the stands because that's all that Sonny means. He's a South Korean, not that he's a great footballer and that other non-South Korean fans might love him too. Yeah, that's not sort of racially sensitive at all, is it?
We all love Sonny, don't we?
We love Sonny. Sonny's he's a god in my eyes, just not being godlike at the moment.
Who's it? Everton fans don't like him, and
no, Everton fans don't like him, and Man City fans don't like him.
Might be City, yeah. It's the other team.
So crossfield to Emerson. Let's see if he can do something good. And no, okay. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't
he
good.
Passed it to someone
he
in
did
a white
pass.
shirt.
Yes, he did manage to pass it. Oh, Højbjerg, no foul. No foul on Højbjerg, okay. So, Daka. Barnes picks it up. Tielemans on the edge of the area. He plays it out to Maddison on the right, who takes a shot. Daka gets his head to it, but it loops over the bar. But that was dangerous. Leicester having a little bit of intent there.
This is where this is actually quite good to see how Longley's going to do now because he ain't going to get Cess helping him as much.
No, that's right. Oh, was that his hand?
Yeah.
Oh, forget that. No, the Daka sticks his hand out. That was ridiculous. That wasn't even close
Thank
to
God he
anything.
didn't score. Otherwise, look, he got booked.
And he got booked for it. Yeah.
Rightly so. Well done.
0-0. Ridiculous.
Do you know what? I know a lot of referees get a lot of stick, but that for him to see that, we didn't see it.
So
well played to the ref on that situation.
no, don't praise them too much, Marlon. They don't deserve it, mate.
No,
They
I
don't
know,
deserve it.
I know.
They don't, all right. Especially with that VAR bollocks that they've been doing this season. My word.
That's not VAR's fault, the ref's fault.
Yes. The officials in this country are terrible, my God. All right, so Leicester get it. Romero pressuring his man. It's Dewsbury Hall. Checks in. Pass back to Justin. Inside to Ndidi. So again, Leicester playing that sort of that sort of teasing ball. I think they're looking for that one ball forward. They are looking to get Maddison into the game more.
They're definitely looking on that right-hand side too, because that seems to be where they're getting the most joy.
Yeah.
Or they're our left-hand side, with Longley and Cess now on that side.
Absolutely. So Emerson fouls a Leicester player but gets away with it. So that's a thing in his favour, I think. That's fair enough. And then fouls a player and doesn't get away with it. So that's one for his negative column. So that's 2-1 so far, I think, if I've counted right.
That's his number?
That's right. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what they do. So Leicester about, 35 yards out? No, a bit less than that. About 25 yards out, right on the sort of left flank, though. So I think there's going to be a floater. He's certainly not going to go for goal from here.
There's another goal for both teams in this game.
I think there is. I think there is.
You can definitely see it.
It's what you say. If Spurs can just get their passing right,
Yeah.
we would have been out of sight by now. I mean... Okay, play it short inside to Tielemans, who floats the ball over to David Luiz, Fayez, or whatever his name is. And he plays a looping header, which Lloris plucks out of the air. Okay. Right. Bear with me a sec. Vin, there's a guy in there, Common U Spurs, who's basically spamming. Can you give him a timeout, please? So, still 3-2. Spurs with the ball, Romero in possession. He plays it forward to Kulu, who's dispossessed by two players going in on him, and he's still on the ground. I think
that don't look too good.
I think he felt that one.
Yeah.
I think he felt that one. And Robert, they're basically having a ding-dong together, and they're just spamming each other back and forth. Oh.
His hip there.
Kulu's been smacked on his hip when... Sideshow Bob went on him. Yeah. He's still wincing a little bit. Okay. All right, so Danny Ward has it outside his area again. Plays inside. Oh, I thought Kulu was going to pressure Fires for that one, but no, he's sort of...
He's probably still feeling
He's
that
probably
injury,
feeling it,
Here we go. A long ball
forward to Daka, but Lloris comes out of his area. Oh, that was a poor clearance.
It looked like he
sliced it wide, yeah. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
That's on you, groundsman. That's on you.
Yeah, absolutely. Stop making it so wet. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay, so Leicester have got it on the edge of our third with Justin. All fair six Leicester players or 7 Leicester players forward. Barnes out on the left. Emerson holding him off. Okay. And plays it back to Johnny Evans. Looking for a pass. No pressure from a Spurs player, although Bentancur's now running forward. Forcing the pass. Evans out over to Tielemans, actually, it looked like. Oh, no, it's not Tielemans, is it? Who's their number? Who's that one on the right for them?
That is Tielemans,
right.
yeah.
It's Tielemans, yeah.
Tielemans,
Oh, here we go. Sonny with the ball. Oh, just loose with it.
Play it, Sonny.
Managed to hold it.
Turn.
Højbjerg, 1-2 with Sonny. Surrounded by 3 players, dispossessed.
He should have probably played it to Kane there.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so back with Leicester, they're beginning to enjoy much more possession. I would guess that Spurs may be about 30% possession at the moment. They're not really.
It's very similar to the first half.
Yes,
where we were on top and then Leicester got the ball, and it's kind of in that balance where we conceded.
It's almost like they just take their foot off the gas, and forget how to drive.
And they need to be killing this game off.
Yeah. definitely. I mean, another goal for Spurs, make it 4-2. You know, Leicester
Heads down,
should really crumble at that point because they're on a game of six games with 5 losses in a row, actually, isn't it? It's 5 losses in a row. They should not be playing with this much verve. Well done there by Romero. Ooh. And then the ball sort of tracks inside and Daka chases it, but Lloris manages to get to it.
It doesn't seem well managed at the back right now.
No, it really doesn't. Looping ball back for a Spurs goal kick. Yeah.
I'm a bit worried. I'm not going to lie.
No, there's 25 minutes left to go, and Leicester seem to have the bit between their teeth right now. I just... Those changes have actually made us look worse.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I think he shouldn't have made all of them.
Yeah.
It may be because your mates come on, Rael.
Maybe, yeah.
But he shouldn't have made them. We were on top, and it was kind of... We were better.
Yeah.
We were better.
We had more energy, more intent. Now it's just dropped a level. It's very, very concerning. And there's a set piece now coming, which we have conceded from. I don't know. Let's see. All right. So, Leicester about to take the corner. It's floated in, but it's flat. Oof. Gets past Højbjerg, but then it's Longley there to head it clear, and it's a Leicester throw out on our left.
Not his best game at the moment, Longley.
No.
Started okay, but with Maddison in the first half where he was a bit out of position.
Look at that, 24% possession we've had. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I think they've seen a weakness on our left.
I think so. All right, so big up to all the opposition fans in the chat. It's really good of you to come here and help out a Spurs channel with your comments. Always appreciated. So thank you very much for that. The more comments, the more we get. What's it called? A positive algorithm. So that's great. Justin carries it over his own byline. It's a Spurs throw in out on our right, and we're. Let's see. I'm getting a bit concerned now. The back three look really widely spread. I'm not sure what's prompting that. Yeah.
It's not the play. Obviously, we can't pass.
No.
So that's the one problem. But yeah, Leicester having most of the ball.
We're succumbing to the pressure.
Yeah.
No one seems to want to play through their press.
Lloris hoofing it up in the air. Longley obviously can't header.
Sessegnon, Longley together managed to sort of win back possession. Sessegnon plays a speculative ball forward, which goes to a Leicester player, but Kane now picks it up, spreads it out to Royale, who's going to lose out to Justin. And it goes out again for a Spurs throw on the left. It's Spurs 3, Leicester 2. That's halfway through the second half. Yeah, it's looking very finely balanced at the moment. I think if Spurs can just manage to pull the trigger effectively, this game is finished, but Leicester still look like a threat, which you wouldn't expect for a team that has got 1 point from 6 games.
I think a lot of us wrote them off. I think it's because their own fans wrote them off. But if you actually watch Leicester's games, they've always been in it.
But they're not effective. The problems they've had, that whole defensive frailty. They were one of those that conceded most from set pieces last season as well. These are things that Rodgers is either unwilling or unable to fix. And this is a guy who's lost his talisman, their club captain. Which club captain chooses to go from Leicester, from the Premier League to Ligue 1?
Yeah, true.
There is something going on back there, right?
And the fact they only signed players to replace now.
Yeah.
And they got to a point, it's not going, everything's not all rosy at Leicester.
Absolutely. The likes of Maddison, Tielemans all being linked away. Obviously they didn't move in the end, but I think they signed 3 players in total.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, there we go. More first-time passing, and Spurs actually looked like they could have done something.
Kane's
passing though, yeah.
I think that's a lot to do with our problems because he's not been on it.
Absolutely. Well, Basuma's now coming on. Kulusevski coming off. That's interesting.
Ooh.
That is interesting.
Is he going to play 2 up top?
It looks like he probably
3 in the
will.
middle?
Yeah, so...
It's got to be
who's he going to play?
Højbjerg on the right? Højbjerg will play more forward. He'll play 3 in the middle. He'll play Basuma and Bentancur with Højbjerg in front.
Yes. Play him as the attacking midfielder. Yeah. Okay.
So Basuma's come on for Kulu, people.
Let's hope he's got enough about him. Sonny and Kane up front.
Yeah.
So Spurs, so Kane gets fouled, wins a free kick.
Conte has changed the formation. He's actually put 3 in midfield.
There you go. I think he's. Do you know what?
Listening.
Yeah, well, it's not even that. I reckon he's basically saying, do you know what? If this is what you guys think is going to solve things, fine, I'll show you. You know, that's not me saying it won't solve things. It might, but.
And there's 1 minute applause now for the Queen for us reigning for 70 years.
There we go. Are they going to stop play, or is it just the applause?
No, they've stopped play, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they've stopped play.
Cool.
Players stopped for the applause, the Queen.
Oh, my word.
I feel like I need to clap.
It's so tense. Oh, Sessegnon almost gets in behind.
Players restarted now after 30 seconds.
You would have thought they'd done 70 seconds of applause as well.
Yeah.
70 minutes.
They should have done.
Yeah. I think they're still applauding. They are still applauding, yeah. A couple starting to applaud when they notice the camera's on them.
It's one of them situations. If you're losing at a game and you feel like your team's in it and it's tense, you're like, oh crap!
I don't want to clap right now. Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand the thinking, but I don't necessarily agree with it. Okay, so every player in the Spurs half, they're desultorily, if that's the word. Like, I know it's a free kick to Leicester. Okay. Plays back to Leicester, plays back into their half. It's just, Leicester's back to sort of
we just need to get hold of this ball now.
I think we do. I think, but it's not Conte's manner of playing to press hard. You know, it's more about waiting for them to make a mistake, which I can understand. It's just pressuring them a little. There we go.
Basuma wins the ball back.
Basuma wins the ball to Royale.
It's little things like that where I think Basuma needs to come in. When he wins the ball back, okay, he gives it away, but
he's got that aggression. Yeah.
We don't have that with Bentancur and Højbjerg.
Yeah, I agree. Højbjerg's aggressive, but
in a different way.
Yeah. He's not about necessarily winning the ball. It's about sort of upsetting the play almost. I know they're quite similar. Okay. So Leicester with the ball on our left with Justin. Bentancur wins it back. Sonny up against 2. He's got someone. I think it's Kane on his left. It's Højbjerg on his left. He's going to strike. Oh, what a goal!
He's back, people.
Yes, my son! That was an exocet, and it came from the man.
Written in the stars. What
Absolutely.
Because we're
brilliant
so
stuff.
Crap.
Yeah. Oh, that's just
genius.
What was needed. And I hope to God that he is back now, because that was gorgeous.
At the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The roof has come
in,
off
my
in
son.
South Korea as well.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. All the players coming up to him and hugging him, congratulating him. I think they knew. They knew something was wrong, but he's managed to get one. Yes. And out comes the camera celebration.
All he needed was Leicester.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Leicester.
Dr. Leicester. Dr. Leicester.
That's going to be our thing, isn't it, for them? We need a win, Leicester.
And, you know, he had Højbjerg with him, but he chose to take it on. He just stops, checks back. What a rocket of a shot. It was sweet. It was gorgeous. And Ward had no chance. Absolutely brilliant. Wonderful stuff.
Brilliant goal.
Wonderful stuff. Come on. Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so, Sleepy Mocker. Here come the floodgates. I really do hope so.
Just in time for the North London derby, people.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll be in Canada for that.
Oh yeah, Brian said. Yeah, Brian said he's not there out today. He said
no,
he's at home, but he's out with you.
Absolutely, we're going to be in the Scotland Yards. Apparently the atmosphere is going to be amazing. So I'm going to Toronto, which is going to be fun.
Shout out to Brian.
A shout out to Brian Daigle. Absolutely right. Also, shout out to Ben Kaufman and Kim, who Kim is her first game for ages. Ben managed to arrange a ticket, so she's over there with Ben Kaufman. Yeah, Ben Kaufman's a good lad. If you do like your coffee, go over to Ben's coffee shop in 8 the Broadway, Woodford Green.
Woodford Green.
It's some good coffee there. So Spurs, Leicester made a bit of a run into our box, but Spurs managed to win the ball back with Bentancur. Still sort of in our third, and Leicester managed to get the ball back with Ndidi. floated over to Barnes on the left at the byline. Checks back to Maddison. Funnily enough, on their left, Barnes there. Oh, that was a great tackle by Royale. Oh, was it Basuma? That was Royale.
You know, it's not Royale.
No, exactly. That's why I was so surprised. But the socks look quite far down the legs, so that's what I thought. I thought it was Singh. I thought it was Emerson.
Basuma, the midfielder. Come on.
Yeah. No, that's right. No,
that would be a penalty if that was Royale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
If it's something negative, blame Royale.
Of course, okay? Always. You know, I ran into traffic on the way here. That was Royale's fault as well.
Yep.
So Dyer plays the ball out wide to Longley on the left. Sessegnon checks inside. Basuma back. Oh, Basuma gives the ball away. That was bad. Bad pass there.
It's very weird because I thought when he came on against Chelsea, Basuma, he did a lot of this.
Yes.
He started to play well.
Yeah.
Against West Ham, yes, he started, but again, we wasn't that bad.
No.
It was the last half an hour again where we just completely went to pot.
Yeah.
And again, he's come on today and he's changed the rhythm of the game.
Yeah. He's the type of player that I think wants to impose himself on a game, you know, or that's certainly where he's developing. He's still relatively young.
Yep.
That is a great thing to have. We need that sort of midfield general, someone who will say, right, this is what we're doing, get on with it type thing, which I like. Which I do like. I was excited with Basuma's signing. I really was.
So maybe it is we do have to go 3 in midfield when he plays.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's the key.
Maybe it's the way. Maybe Conte needs to change his system completely and play the 3 in the middle. You don't know. Okay, lofted ball over to Son, who almost takes it in stride, but he's up against
David
Sideshow
Luiz,
Bob.
number 2. Does really well there, to be fair to
number
him.
3. You thought Guendouzi. So, throw taken quickly by Spurs. Son has got it on the edge of the area. Tries to get past Tielemans, it looks like, but he's dispossessed. Okay. Barnes with the ball. Is it Barnes? Or is it?
Oh, there you go. There's Royale.
There was Royale. Yeah, he came in through the back of the player and got away with it, so that's a point in his favour. That's fine. 3-1. It's all right. He's had a good game by his standards. You know, I worry about him. I really do. I don't think the guy is suited for us. I just don't. Listen, I wish him nothing but the best. I want him to be good, be that with us or somewhere else. But I just don't think he's got it.
He hasn't got it in the attacking third where we need him.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because in big games, he's produced. Liverpool away, Man City away, he done well.
He had Romero alongside him and Kulusevski as well covering.
But he's even when they are there, he still has his moments. But, but if you look at the Liverpool game, he actually played like we all sat there and went.
I will concede that he did have that one good game against Liverpool. That
he had a few more than that, but I can see what everyone's point is. Actually, his problem is when we get in the attacking third, he lets us down.
He's not he's a right back.
Yeah.
Okay, whether he's a good one or a bad one is subject to debate, but he's not really a right wing back because he doesn't have that offensive.
Yeah, we've got to stop signing players that have been a Real Betis and do well.
Yeah, absolutely. Long range speculative effort there by Ndidi, and it just trickles wide.
Celso and him are kind of 2 players we've been conned.
And Ndombele as well. Although Ndombele was supposed to be the next, midfield god. He really was.
When he's on his game, he's an absolute genius.
For him, it's not absolutely. It's not ability. It's attitude.
It's like for the Italians to go. Well, I think a coach come out recently and said it's his attitude in training where he's just lackadaisical and he doesn't put any effort. Everyone can see he's got the talent.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's so unfortunate.
Yeah. The thing is that even there have been players that have had that, it's not lackadaisical attitude, but, Kane knocks it past. Son inside the box. Oh, no. Run up. Bentancur, does he get it? He's got it. Right out. Oh. Danny Ward drops to save from Bentancur.
It was a poor shot.
It was a poor shot, but it was Danny Ward he was up against. Yeah,
sorry, he didn't have to hit it very well.
No.
But Kane, drives in from the left-hand side, cuts it through Evans' legs.
Sonny was a little slow getting there, so it drops back to Bentancur, who holds it. And it was. If he'd gone a bit further into the corner, I reckon he would have beaten Ward on that one.
This substitution has changed the whole dynamics of this game.
Absolutely.
I think, we'll see more Spurs.
Do you think that maybe Conte turned around and said that to Basuma just to sort of light a fire up his arse and make him a bit angry?
He's been saying it for weeks.
Yeah.
And he'd been saying it before the West Ham game.
Yeah.
He got the West Ham game in.
Yeah.
And he's still tactically, he's still not there. So.
Or could it be head games against Leicester just to say think that Basuma's not a threat, maybe? Or Sonny crossover. Oh my God!
Has missed an open goal, people. He was onside.
That was
Son plays it across the
it
box,
was offside,
and he was offside, but Romero completely with the whole goal gaping.
Oh my
just puts it wide. But people, he's a defender.
Yes,
he's allowed.
Fair enough. Yeah. But that was
Son's
Sonny
offside.
was slightly
Son's
offside anyway.
You know, Romero secretly knew.
Oh my word, that was the easy. I mean, it was easier to score than this. It really was. But
He could have
Romero,
missed that, and he would have scored.
Yeah. Conte's going mad on the sidelines, which is, I love that about him. I really do. I love his passion. It's so good to see. He just never ever stops. Do you remember the thing that Mourinho would do and Nuno would do? And to be fair, Pochettino did a bit towards the end. Just sit on the sidelines.
I think Harry was quite like that. He used to get up quite a lot. He used to leave it to Jordan.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Yeah, but yeah, I get what you mean. It's nice to have that passion on the side of a manager.
You know, it's showing to his players that it's important to him. It should be important to them, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to criticise Mourinho in terms of what he's done as a manager, you know? Oh, Emerson, stop being a dick, for God's sake.
I can't defend you there, Royale. I can't defend you.
See what I'm talking about, man? All he needed to do was put his foot through it. He just tried to do some Brazilian stuff, and Spurs are under pressure. Okay, so see, that's what you do. You head it away. Oh, Lord, let it go back. Calm it down. That was ridiculous by Emerson. It really was.
Well, I'm going to put this out there. I think Atletico Madrid would still buy him.
Yeah. No, listen. For a Spanish team, I think he would work because the pace is
a bit like Trippier.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lower pace, and he's still young. You know, if he's going to become a great defender or a great right-sided player, he has to develop. I think places like Spain and stuff like that, even though Atletico Madrid are an elite side, I'm not going to disparage them. For him, it would be a better environment.
Yeah, because there's certain players that like we say, he's no good going forward.
Yeah.
So Simeone don't want him to go forward.
Doesn't want him to go forward,
so
exactly.
It's all good.
Kane driving at the box. You going to take a shot? Was that deflected? I think it deflected off face for a Spurs corner.
David Luiz part 3 has actually played really well.
Yeah, he has.
Even though I said he was I think he's a more accomplished centre.
He's done it. Yeah. I mean,
I think Evans has probably been more of the problem.
Yeah,
but
Evans has always been a problem for everyone he's played for, to be fair. He's like that. But yeah, Spurs get a corner, played it short out to Bentancur. Basuma on the edge of the area, passes it to Højbjerg, who floats a speculative ball wide right out to Royale.
Brilliant.
Who's got Bentancur on an overlap. Sonny now, surrounded by 3 Leicester players, plays it back out to Bentancur on the right. Back to Royale, to Bentancur. Who drives backward.
Conte ever sub Højbjerg?
No, he doesn't, does he? He's even subbed Kane recently, hasn't he? Kane driving at the Leicester defence, out to Sonny on the right. Sonny takes it. Oh my God! What a goal! Oh, you beauty! That was
no words.
Monumentally good.
No words.
The boy is back.
No words. I wouldn't have dropped him, but it seems to have done the trick.
It seems to have done the trick. Fantastic. Oh, that was sweet. If you haven't seen the goal, go and see it, okay? If you're not able to watch it now, whatever, you will come in your pants, okay? I certainly have twice.
It's 2 quality finishes.
Look at this. Just bends it round and it's gorgeous.
Can we put a statue of Danny Ward at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
We should. He deserves it.
Yeah, he's done a lot of good for Spurs.
He has done a lot of good for Spurs. I think we should also put a statue of Jamie Carragher because the number of own goals that he scored for us,
he was the most, wasn't it?
He was the most, absolutely. It was the most. That was something else, guys. I mean, he takes the ball from Kane on the edge of the area, 2 Leicester players coming into him. He just checks inside and curls the sweetest of strikes right into that top corner. It was just glorious.
It'll be interesting from the people in the chat that earlier were saying how bad the football was. So is it still bad now?
Is it still bad football?
Or you know,
Or you're happy?
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's still the same.
That's it, absolutely. I mean, you know, when it works, it's fun to watch. I have no problem with it. You know, when you get moments like that, it makes up for dull moments. Oh, Bentancur to Son. Oh!
No, he's back. He's back.
Could have been to his hat trick. Oh, my word. But if Bentancur's ball had just been slightly heavier, that would have been so lovely. I actually said in the chat, when someone said, what's it called, Kane to get a hat-trick today, I turned around and said, I would prefer a Sonny hat-trick.
Yeah.
You know?
It makes more sense.
It would make, yeah, you know, almost there. And there's still 5 minutes to go plus added time. Who knows? He might.
We get a penalty.
Yeah. Oh, that would be the
Will Kane do it? Will Kane do it?
He really should give it to Sonny. He really should give it to Sonny.
I think for me, that would say a lot about Kane. If
Absolutely.
Here we go. Højbjerg beats 3. It's 3 against 2 now.
3 against 2.
Kane
on the right. Sonny. Here we go. Sonny hat-trick. Come on. Yes! Get in, my son!
There you go. You got it. You actually got it.
Oh,
it's offside.
no.
Hold on. VAR. Come on.
No, that was not offside.
VAR.
Off.
VAR. VAR.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, come no.
It's tight. It's tight, people.
They've got to check that. They've got to check that.
I think. Here we go. His right foot. He looks onside.
He looks onside from there.
Offside.
There looks like
checking.
There looks like more distance.
Lines.
Between...
Come on, get your stupid lines out.
Look, there's more distance from the line, the grass line, the line, the whatever, the pattern on the grass. He looks onside to me.
I think it's going to be a hat trick, people.
I think so. That would be beautiful.
Yeah. Conte's looking at the screen and going, no, he's onside.
Yep. Come on.
Why are they not putting the lines out? They're trying to disallow this goal, people.
Here we go. No, lines.
He's onside.
Onside, yes!
Number 6. 6-2. Son hat trick. He hopefully is back.
Beautiful. Oh, do you know what? A little weight off. A little weight that's been on my heart all season has lifted. Right.
Do you know what? Forget the defence now. The fact that Son scored a hat trick, it's all good.
I'm getting a little bit tearful. Yeah. Maybe not. No, I'm so happy.
No.
I'm so happy he's got that hat trick.
I think anyone who's not a Spurs fan don't realise him doing this today means a lot to us as fans.
It really does.
That's the emotion we have with him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love Sonny. Yeah. And he's done it.
And it's been very hard the last couple of weeks to watch him not play well.
Be Sonny.
Yeah. And he's... Looking at the lineup today, it was very deserved for him to be on the bench.
Yeah.
Had to be.
Yeah.
And it was hard for us, anybody, especially Spurs fans, to actually physically say that. And probably weeks ago, a lot of people were probably going, he needs to be on the bench. And we've seen what can happen. We've got the squad to do it this year.
That's it. You know, to an extent. I mean, there's still a thing. I mean, he got a lucky bounce. It wasn't Danny Ward, but listen, a goal's a goal, and that will do wonders for his confidence.
Thank you, Mr. Ward.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely got to do that statue. Definitely got to do that statue. What I think this is the issue. A lot of people forget that Sonny is lethal in front of goal.
Yes,
he's got such a high conversion rate. So the fact that there were opportunities given to him.
Yeah.
Throughout this season that he just wasn't taking. That was what was making us so worried.
Yeah.
What is wrong with the guy? He can't seem to hit the barn door with a banjo at the moment.
And that was the problem. Like I think the game against Forest where we kind of went, where he had that chance and he should have probably played it, but he hit the target. But he just hit it right.
Just hit it right to the header. Yeah, the keeper. I mean, that was the stuff that we were seeing that was making us worried about what was going on with him. Hopefully that has now. You know, it's just that tiny little fraction that he needed just to get back onto it again. And
just in time, Sonny. Just in time.
That'd be fantastic. That'd be fantastic. Hope he can think. Yeah. Did we have? I thought we had a thing. I thought we had a.
So
thing.
I'm going to say this again.
Say it again.
Basuma.
Yeah, I can see it.
Absolutely has changed the game.
Yeah.
Because when the subs were made, like we said earlier, it was slow. It actually got worse.
Yeah.
And Son and Romero were in that substitution.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But as soon as Basuma's come on now, and he has changed it to a 3.
Yep. It's changed everything.
And
absolutely.
If you look at who set up Son for that last goal, Højbjerg,
yep.
Further forward.
Yep.
So, you know, Cess and Royale actually haven't even been in the game.
No, it's true.
And they don't need to be.
Not right now. No, not when you've got
Because-
3 in midfield.
yeah.
No, of course, absolutely. There we go. Romero to Bentancur, plays it forward to Sonny, who's crowded
It's
out.
so unfortunate that Ndombele didn't have the drive, because in this formation, he would be fantastic.
That guy is wasting his career. You know, he could have gone down as one of the greatest players of all time, because the ability that he has is phenomenal.
Yep.
Do you remember that goal he scored against Sheffield United?
Yep. And the thing was, I remember him playing for Lyon against Man City.
Yeah.
And he was absolutely... I remember watching him, and this was before we were linked with him, going, oh my God,
I
who
would
is
love
this?
that. Yeah.
And then...
I mean, this is the thing. It's actually tragic. It's actually tragic that someone has got that much talent doesn't realise that his time is limited.
Yeah.
And that he could make a name for himself. It almost seems like the wages are the most important thing for him. I can understand coming from a poor background. You know, it is important. Here we go. Højbjerg plays the ball forward to Sonny out on the left. He's only up against David Luiz.
Oh, it was. Don't worry, people. He misplaced the pass, but he was trying to play it to Royale.
Yeah, he was playing to Royale, so nothing would have going to happen. But yeah, it wasn't a wasted opportunity. It was a wasted opportunity. So here we go. Leicester driving the ball forward. They're gone. They're gone. They don't really. They're still playing with a bit of intent. Tielemans takes a long shot straight into Lloris's hands. 4 minutes of added on time. We've had about a minute of it. It's Spurs 6, Leicester 2. And
fear for Rodgers' job?
I don't fear for Rodgers' job, because I don't fear for anything bad happening to Rodgers. I don't like the man. But yeah, I think he should be fearful for his job. Yeah, absolutely. But to be frank, Leicester have brought this on themselves.
Yeah, they haven't backed him.
They haven't. It's not even that they haven't backed him. They are unable to back him.
Yep.
And won't. They lived beyond their means for far too long. They won things with it, fair enough, but this is the consequence of
But is it? Yeah,
thing.
because I suppose it's one of them, because I think when I read into it, COVID has a damaging effect on their revenue.
Sure.
Which then meant actually the stuff they were doing before was going to be hit hard.
Yeah.
So...
But you know what? For even in their even the season after their title-winning season, and for the season after that, they spent more than their turnover in terms of the wages to turnover ratio.
Well.
Yeah, you know, 107%. They were paying 107% of their turnover in wages. You know, and that's just wages. Never mind any other overheads they might have had. They've been living beyond their means, and you know, for a club like Leicester, they're too small to do that. For long periods without it coming back to bite them on the arse. And this is what's happening to them, I think. They can't buy in the transfer market because they've got no money. That's why they sold for Farmer. You know? It's the way of football at the moment. It's just far too much money. And so you get little clubs like, no disrespect to them, but smaller clubs like Leicester trying to keep up with the likes of Man City and Chelsea and that lot who just spend.
Well, I think to be fair to Leicester, they're trying to keep up with us.
Yeah, no,
and that's probably was, you know, trying to keep up with Daniel Levy being as stingy as he is. Yeah. But we still can spend money.
Yeah. And the hope.
Emotions at the end. I think we're going to be Spurs fans are going to be happy tonight with the Sun.
I think so.
Sorry guys, we're gone off for a second.
Okay. Oh. Should we go straight to the instant match reaction then?
Yeah, and I'll bring the intro in.
Okay. We're not live.
I've not said this to anybody, but I would have signed Ross Barkley.
I mean,
because it was a cheap option. He is creative and he can come on when he'd be
you
a
need
nuisance.
him.
Yeah. Because I think that's all Conte's missing is that Eriksen and Fabregas. He was lucky that you got that quality, but he's not going to get that at Spurs. No. So actually, I know Ross Barkley's not the greatest.
No, he's not. But you know, he would have filled a hole.
Yeah, a hole for a
think.
season, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, are we back live, Vinny? Or no? Okay. It's showing us live on this thing. Well, that's the studio, isn't it?
No, you just come back.
Okay, cool. So we're back. We're instant match reaction. Should we do our match reaction?
Yes.
Woo! That was instant.
Sound.
Sound's back. Some saying no sound. Welcome back to the match reaction to Tottenham 6, Leicester 2. So what I want from you, Marlon, is a very instant match reaction, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so instant match reaction, go.
Sunny.
Yay! What did you make of that? I mean, a Sonny hat-trick, Spurs struggling 3-2 a little bit, and then he just comes on and just basically says, you know what, fuck you.
Yeah, no, it was...
Yes.
Because then we lost it in the second half.
Yep.
But then as soon as he made the subs, you know, it kind of... We just went flat a little bit. And then Basuma came on, and we were, you know, just putting Son and Kane up the top. Just seemed to have done the tricks, and...
Yeah,
you can't complain.
So, I mean, this is the thing. Conte turned around and has said a couple of times, Basuma's not ready.
Yep.
We also know that Basuma did get COVID as well. So that can
Yes.
affect a player's return from that kind of condition. It can slow it down and, you know, take time.
Yep.
How much of what Conte has been saying, in your view, is the facts of the case? Not saying he's a liar, but more that he might have been playing a game, be it with Basuma's mind or with Leicester's mind.
Or is he? It's a very good question, because you'll find a lot of people will go, some of the comments he says, does he really need to say them? Is he protecting his players? Is he protecting Spence? And he has to say one thing, and actually behind closed doors, he's telling Spence a complete different thing. The fact he brought on Basuma today said a lot, because actually he wasn't bringing him on before, and he wasn't changing formation. The problem he's got now is that every Spurs fan said play 3-5-2.
Yes, it's true. Well, I mean,
and he's, you know, I think a lot today he was trying to prove a lot what's been going on in the media. And you know what? I think the club or people around the club, or you know, there'll be a lot of stuff they going, oh, we don't watch the YouTube stuff, we don't listen to what's in the media. But
I think they do.
But they must have an inkling, and
they do.
Especially social media, in the social media world. Conte will know what a lot of fans have been saying, crying out. And it's not even been, it's been both sides of the toss of the coin, where you've got people that love what the club are doing, saying, actually, we need to change formation, he's being stubborn. People that don't like what the club are doing, saying exactly the same thing.
Yep.
So actually, that's where we're all together. But it's worked out today.
Today it's worked out. Yeah. Obviously, you know, Sonny getting that hat-trick is fantastic. I think we've got a super chat here, which I do actually want to address, and I want to take it seriously. So from Matwan, Son has shut all the haters and racists up. Okay. Matwan, we don't hate Sonny, and we're certainly not racist, and I actually resent the implication. All right?
Yeah.
The idea that because you criticize him, that makes you a racist is not really something that we want to hear on this channel. Okay? I'm from an ethnic minority. Marlon, I don't know what you identify as.
Wow. I identify Son right now.
There you go, right? We're not racists here, okay? We love Sonny. And we don't love him because he's South Korean. We love him because he plays for Spurs. And we don't want him not to play because we hate South Koreans or that we hate him. It's because we wanted something to change for him to go back to that amazing player that he was and we all knew he was.
Yes, definitely.
Okay?
Yep.
Which is, we're hoping what he's done today. As you noticed, I'm sure there isn't a single person out there who didn't celebrate all three of Sonny's goals. Yeah, who's a Spurs fan, who's a proper Spurs fan, okay? So can we please, all of us, put this ridiculous point away? Those that criticize Sonny are not racist and don't hate him, and those that support him are not Son fans only, which is the other side of the argument.
Oh, of course, yeah. You got to
Okay.
put that in, yeah.
Can we all please put this away? And that's all I'm going to say. Marlon, anything you want to say to that?
No, it's you got to look at it. Football's played with 11 men. If Son's not performing, you know, fortunately for us, we had options this year. You would have seen it a lot last year. We didn't have the option, so Son had to play through it. But as you can see by the celebrations, even by us two on here, we was a bit emotional when he got that third one, and we were willing him on, because sometimes footballers need a break.
Yeah.
And a lot of people won't see that. I think, you know, if Son come out and said he needed a break from South Korea when the national team, how, you know, people, he wouldn't, but it's a case of sometimes, you know, flying here and everywhere, playing matches week in, week out.
Absolutely.
Does get on a player's back. And actually, Son wasn't performing to the way we know.
Yeah.
His national team know.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, you know, if a lot of people would have seen his game and gone, that's not him.
Yes, it wasn't
So
him.
the reason why no one was saying sell it, people saying sell him was
That's just stupid.
Yeah, that's just, you know.
Then, and to be honest, the majority of them won't be Spurs fans. There'll be people trolling, wanting Spurs fans to
they are
react.
full trolls, yeah.
You know, don't react.
No.
It's stupid. You
But
know,
Son-
just laugh at the
yeah.
twats who say stuff like that.
But Son is an incredible player, and today, even like I was willing him on.
Of course.
To be honest, I didn't want him dropped, but I've been proven wrong. I have actually been proven wrong today because he actually got dropped.
Yep.
He got a bit of fire in his belly.
Yeah.
And he's gone and scored a hat trick.
For me, and that's the thing, for me, it wasn't a case of he has to be dropped. For me, I was thinking to myself, what else can be done to maybe get a reaction? Because it doesn't seem to be working. And I said, it's Conte's decision. He's the one who sees the player every day.
Yep.
He's the one who, you know, sees him in training, talks to him, and will have a greater insight as to what's going through his mind.
Yep.
If Conte thinks that playing him is the right option, that's his call to make. That's what he's paid £20 million a year for.
Yes.
You know, we're not paid $20 million a year to do that,
Yeah,
so
of
it's
course.
not our decision. We're just speculating. Anyone who says drop Sonny is ultimately just really saying maybe dropping Sonny is what he needs.
And it's been proven right today.
And it's been proven right today.
It's been proven right.
Right?
And it's, yeah, the unfortunate or fortunate thing, it's been proven right. So you get them games during the season. I bet you at some point, like I said earlier, Salah went through the same thing.
Yeah.
But obviously Liverpool don't have a backup like we do on the
No,
wings.
Liverpool in trouble with Mane going. I just just very quickly, Matt Wan has dropped in another super chat. I want to correct myself. It did not mean that you guys stroke all haters are racist. I only said that some certain racists on social media has been shut up. Do you know what, Matt Wan? Look, these people out there who make these things, they don't care about what Sonny does. They don't care about things. It just happens to be that he's South Korean and it's an excuse for them. They will pick someone else at some point. Okay. The problem we had is that a lot of us as Spurs fans got drawn into this.
Yeah.
Got drawn into because there is always in every group discussion there's sides that don't want to actually look at the nuance of what the other side is saying.
Yeah.
With like, so myself and Marlon, for instance, none of us, if you gave us the option of saying Sonny will play well and will stay in the team, or Sonny will play badly and be dropped, which do you think we're going to pick? We're going to pick he plays well and stays in the team.
Yeah.
We want him to play. He's one of the best players in the world. Why wouldn't we want him to do well if you're a true Spurs fan? Those people that will use that thing to make racist comments, those people that come on and troll and, you know, say, oh, I'm a Spurs fan, but I think we should sell Son, or I think we should get rid of Conte. They're not real Spurs fans, you know, because they're not putting the club first. Whatever is best for the club is what you should want.
Yeah, and they're not looking at the bigger picture at the end of the day. It's people, it's reactionary fans, if they are fans, and people that just think, yeah, I'll say this because it's going to get likes and tweets.
Yeah.
And it's just the thing to say at the time. But actually, there's a lot of Spurs fans who have a level head and would have been like, okay, maybe he needs to come out one game, but Sonny's still our man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So just very quick, there was another super chat I missed. Bear with me a second. Here we go. Andrew Dean says, one up for Rez. Shut those hate speeches down. Stop assuming people being racist, sexist, etc. Yeah, I mean, look, we again, going off the topic of Spurs, just in generally, we do have a tendency, everyone, to sort of want to win an argument. And so sometimes people will say stuff that they don't actually really mean. Yeah. Let's all remember that ultimately, whatever your stripe, whatever you believe is best for the club, you want the best for the club.
Yeah.
Okay? Spurs comes first. Whatever works for the club is what we all really want at the end of the day. Whether we agree on what that approach is a different story. But the thing that unifies us is far greater than the thing that divides us, is what I will say to you all.
Of
all
course.
right?
Well said.
Anyway, back to the match. Right. So, first half, obviously, we went 3-2 up. We were winning, okay?
Yes.
But it was almost like clawing through the desert towards an oasis almost, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's weird. That's why the scoreline's kind of, if you know, if you've come in from work or you've gone, oh, Spurs won 6-2, that must have been an easy game for them. You know.
Yeah.
And yeah, Leicester's defence crumbled, the goalkeeper crumbled. and we made a substitution that just killed them off. And that's the thing. For the 60 minutes, it was probably quite even.
Yeah.
And if it stayed 2-2,
you would have thought that was a fair reflection.
Yeah, it was a fair reflection. Actually, Ndidi making a mistake is, they didn't deserve that at the time, but
absolutely.
they did. And this is what happens in the Premier League. You get punished for little mistakes like that,
Yeah,
like Sanchez did in the first minute. So, yeah, glad to get the win. But, yeah, that Basuma substitution for me was the one that got us over the line today.
Yeah.
Sonny will probably get a lot of the praise and deservedly gets the praise today.
Absolutely.
But we need to look at what Basuma and Conte actually go in. Let me try something.
Will there also, in your view, I'm going to cite something specific. When Sonny scored his first goal, it looked like, obviously it was all close-ups on him, so we couldn't tell for certain, but it looked like every other Spurs fan, apart from Lloris, went up to him to congratulate. That's because Lloris hates Sonny. No, he doesn't. It's because he's in goal. Every player seemed to go up to him and was actually making a deal of the fact that he'd scored again, which to me suggests that there's something that they were aware of that was the problem.
Yep.
But Sonny sort of breaking that duck, do you think that might have an effect on other players as well? Do you think they might take something from the fact that he's got back to where he was potentially from that game?
I tell you what will be interesting to see how Kane comes off this. Because, again, I wouldn't say Kane had his best game.
No.
But Kane will do Kane things in games, and you just can't really drop him because he's not the worst player on the pitch.
Yeah.
But he's not up to the standard that we all put him on. So it'll be very interesting now to see, actually, if Son's on form, whether Kane suddenly becomes on form because the players around him are now a lot better and they seem to be more happy with what's going on. So he will be the most interesting one out of the whole squad. But yeah, I think the rest of the team, I don't think it really matters, if I'm being honest. I think a lot of them are just going to play exactly the same way, and
especially Emerson.
I think it's going to make a big change to the front three.
Yeah.
Kulu's been trying to do it on by himself, but actually, if he now has the other two now pulling along with him,
well, don't you think that maybe if the rest of the team sort of see that front three, they're in a way they're talismanic for Spurs. We pride ourselves on the fact that these three are amongst the most dangerous in the league.
Yes.
Would they not take some confidence in that, saying these three are back? Baby.
Yeah, they will. And I think just going by Højbjerg's ball at the end for Sonny's goal, he probably wasn't doing that for the most of the game.
Yeah.
And it was literally quick thinking, forward. Benton Core, when he played it, he played it across the sun?
Yes.
Tried to play it across the sun. Again, he weren't thinking like that in the first half. So you're probably right. Actually, the team will have the midfield, it will have a positive effect on the midfielders because I actually think they can play it quicker because they know that the front three are going to actually hold the ball.
Actually going to be taking
and
it.
And they're going to be in the positions that they kind of want them to be in.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Excuse me. Obviously, we can't ignore Leicester. 7 games, 1 point. If they lose another game, they will have fewer points after 8 games than we did when we sacked Juan de Ramos.
It's an interesting one, Leicester. Looking at that squad, they're good enough. They are good enough. There are worse teams than them. They've had a horrid fixtures in the last 8 games, as I said earlier. The problem is that they're not playing for Rodgers. And the issue you've got right now is if they sack him, they've got to do it tomorrow.
Yep.
And they've got to bring in someone in the space back from this.
If they don't sack him, if they keep faith with him, how long do you think he can last?
The World Cup.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
After that, it's... Yeah, and you analyse it then, and then you've got November and December to decide actually what are we going to do as a club.
Amazing.
And hopefully... There'll be more managers, that have been... And I think that's probably the major thing right now. Leicester are looking at who the hell's out there.
Well, who
like, everyone's going, let's get Conte out. Let's be honest. Who are you going to bring in? So
Pochettino?
Pochettino probably would be made for Leicester right now. And if he went there, I wouldn't begrudge him, and he'd be perfect for them.
Yeah.
I think he could get that team playing.
Yeah.
I think the defence would probably be a little bit better, but they'd be more... They'd be better at holding the ball and a bit more quicker than what they're doing, and it won't be too much against what they've been learning for the last 2-3 years under Rodgers. So
they've got the makings of a competent team. They're not going to be challenging for Europe with that squad, but they've still got that. I mean, look, hate him or hate him, Maddison is a talented footballer.
I think the biggest problem is Vardy. They haven't replaced him in the sense of he was playing, he was old,
Yeah.
and he was probably playing beyond his years, and they just they tried to replace him, and they just never did.
Yeah.
And it was always going to catch up with him.
Yeah.
And it finally has, because he's not even playing now.
not playing,
Injuries
yeah.
are coming in and things like that. Maddison is a good player, but who's he feeding?
Yes, of course. No, I mean you can't expect a Maddison to
Yeah.
be the one to actually win you the game or win you the games by himself.
Yeah.
He needs an outlet. Okay, so yeah, to sum up,
Thank you, son. Thank you, Basuma. They're the two that I'm going to be shouting out today. It was subs, but this comes back to the whole thing on Tuesday.
I thought they were good. I mean, obviously, as I said, you know, there was pain in my chest when Emerson's number was held up. But yeah, I think the first sort of tranche, or the first and second tranches, it was like trying to say, right, go out there and do it, and I want to see how it works, because the sort of Basuma substitution came quite soon after that double one that he did with Son and I've forgotten who else it was. Romero coming on. That's right. I mean, I agree with you. I think Basuma really did change the game. That he injected something into the midfield that was missing. Yeah. And so, yeah, who knows? Maybe we're going to revert to a 5-3-2. Maybe that's the way we're going to go. You know?
But then, do you take Kulu out of the situation? And this is the headache he's got to have, and he's got to manage the games better. Would I do it against Arsenal? I don't know. Right now, I couldn't tell you which formation I'd want to play. But
I think Kulu. I think Kulu might be able to play centrally.
But will he drop Højbjerg or he's going to drop Højbjerg or?
I don't think he has to. Look, if he plays a 3-5-2, you got your three central defenders.
Yep.
You got your two wing backs.
Yep.
And then in the middle you got three. So you could still have, say, Højbjerg, Basuma, just to pluck names out. Højbjerg, Basuma, Kulusevski. One game, and then the next game you have Bentancur, Højbjerg, Basuma.
Yep.
He's got more options there. I think it's really a question of whether or not Kulu can play centrally. You've also got to then factor in, Richarlison, Son and Kane, as the sort of partnership up front. I think there are options there. I think he's probably got more options if he plays a 3-5-2 than if he plays a 3-4-3. Whether or not that's what he's going to do, we don't know. Thank you to you, Marlon, for joining me. Do please go to Marlon's channel, A View from the South Stand. Yep. Like and subscribe. There's some great content on there. And if you're not tired out from doing that, go over to Shelfside Spurs Show as well and click the like and subscribe buttons there.
Yes, get him 1,000 so he can do the challenge.
So I can do the challenge.
If
absolutely.
you haven't seen the chili challenge on that channel, it's worth it. So.
Go and watch our 500 subscriber video. You will not be disappointed. I was disappointed. Actually, I was in pain, but yes, that was there. So hopefully the 1,000 challenge will be as interesting. Do please like and subscribe to We Are Tottenham TV. Put some comments in there. It all helps the channel. Thank you very much for joining us. And as always, come on you Spurs.